What's up, world? Today's episode is brought to you by JG Mobile Detailing, locally owned, locally operated company out of Eugene, Springfield, Oregon. Great people, starting with competitive pricing, very attentive to detail. Got a luxury car, they'll clean it to the max for you. Got a brand new car that got a little dirt from your trip, they'll clean it to the max for you. You got a fleet of vehicles for your business, they'll clean the whole fleet to the max for you. This is a great company that I personally take my Jeep to anytime I need it ready and right and feeling brand new off the lot. JG Mobile Detailing. Go check them out. Competitive pricings as well. And the best part is, I know how busy our schedules get. They'll come to you for the appointment and take care of your vehicle and cleaning needs. All right, y'all. I'm the host. I gotta do that, man. I'm the host.
I've been practicing a while.
I know, a month. You probably was.
I got a year.
It was.
Nah, actually, yeah.
Am I shooting it now?
They'll probably hit it too, though. They've been playing together.
Oh, we good. We live tonight. We live tonight.
I told you, baby.
We live tonight.
First time.
You got to shout out T now.
I told you, baby.
1-1.
I told you, baby.
Both of them.
Joe, was that recording? My bad.
That was recorded.
Let's go.
Well, let's go.
1-1.
Let's take that.
1-1, baby. 1-1.
Can I change your mind? Can I change your mind?
What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Garage Talks 5417 podcast. I'm your host, Desmond Reynolds, aka The Peacekeeper. Today, we got another wonderful guest here today. So let me go ahead and introduce him properly for you. He's been tattooing for 19 years. Best tattoo artist in Eugene, Oregon, 2 times. Coaching off and on for 15 years, and he's from Eugene, Oregon. This man's an artistic man and a great man here, so I'm honored to sit here and have a conversation with him tonight. We got TC Combs.
What's up, man?
Hey, chilling, bro. How you doing?
Good, man. Thank you for having me on, bro.
Absolutely. Appreciate you. Appreciate
you, bro. I love what you're doing, man.
Hey, thank you. It's an honor having you here tonight, man.
Yeah, I'm glad you reached out and thought of me, man, because I've been seeing what you're doing, and I just, seeing other people doing their thing, I just respect it, and I'm going to try to give you the utmost respect and love for doing what you're doing, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Likewise, man. You stay so consistent on the grind, man. It's, I look at you and I'm like, it's just a good reminder to keep going.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
How's life? What's up with you? What's been new, man?
Life's good, man. Life's busy with kids, coaching around the corner. In November we'll have tryouts for this 24-25 season over at Springfield High School. Other than that, man, busy with work. Man,
tattooing, man. I got to start with that, man. How, 19 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I was tattooing a guy today, and he's just asking me what got me into this, and how long I've been doing it, and why I got into it. And man, it's just been a long journey, Never thought I'd be a tattoo artist. It just kind of happened. My mom encouraged me to do it. I was going to Bible college playing basketball, not knowing really where I was going and what I needed to do and wanted to do, and got into this tattoo apprenticeship, man, and 19 years later.
Never look back.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Yeah. I know we were joking at your house the other week. I said you must have been super good at art class. Yeah,
man. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but when I would be in an art class, I just knew that, I knew that my stuff was, on a higher level.
Right.
No discredit to all the other students. I just knew what I could do. And I think that's more of a God-given talent and ability than anything. But just like with anything, I think you can practice and get good at something.
Did you know, did you super enjoy class, or did you just know you were just good at artistic stuff with your hands?
Well, I wasn't good at just regular class, because in regular class I would be doodling,
Gotcha.
Teacher speaking, and me, I'm a I'm a visual learner.
For sure.
So in order for me to retain information, sometimes I need visual. And in classes in schools, they don't really instruct that way. It's more of talk and reading. And so I would just be doodling the whole time. So when I got into an art class, man, I mean, that was that was my bread and butter. Easy A.
Easy A.
Man.
Yeah. So while you was playing ball, were you just like how did it creep in your mind like, hey, maybe I should get into tattoo school and really take myself serious with this?
I think for me, every kid that plays basketball, usually if you're playing it, you have a dream to play the next level, be that guy,
Absolutely.
But God didn't bless me with height, so I
feel that.
I had to fight and be a little bit more scrappy,
Right.
And I knew I really probably wouldn't go too far, so I let that cycle out as long as I could play basketball.
Gotcha.
And when I was in Bible college, I knew I could draw. Didn't know how I could benefit my life through art and drawing.
Right.
And then my mom just encouraged me while I was fighting through figuring out if I wanted to take the youth pastor route.
Oh,
I just tapped into something I knew that I would be creative and good at in tattooing, and yeah, that's kind of just what sparked that interest.
Was you always running your business, or were you working for somebody when you first started?
When I first started, I worked for a buddy of mine. His name is Ryan Bollinger. He's still a local tattoo artist.
Oh, that's
good young kid. He was real young at the time. Took me under his wing and let me work at his shop. Right when I got my license, just because he saw my ability to create and draw.
Right. Right.
And Ryan has that same ability in his own genre, in his own niche, and it just worked out. And so he showed me a lot, probably without him even knowing he showed me a lot.
Man.
And I kind of just carried that and took it moving forward when I left.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a 2-time artist of the year in Eugene.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's Eugene. It's Eugene Weekly's. It's their awards that they do, and I got one for Register Guard too. And sometimes that's probably maybe I'm being humble, but sometimes I think it's just how many people know your name, and throw it out there. But it is a blessing, just to have that, and have people acknowledge that I'm at least doing something worthy of saying, hey, this guy is at least doing something right.
Absolutely,
so
absolutely.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. Is it ever like nerve-wracking, like you're tattooing somebody? You gotta get right the first time.
Yeah.
Is that ever like, you don't got an eraser to your tattoo gun? Like,
no.
Does that ever make you like, were you ever had a point where you're like, man,
for sure,
bruh, I hope I don't.
Yeah. So you're going through phases when you learn, and when you're first learning, you're kind of figuring out your tools. You're figuring out your craft. You're figuring out the skin, how things work, what body part is easy to tattoo and what's not. And then you kind of master your lines and get good at that. And then after I feel like 4 or 5 years, you start pushing the envelope. At least that was my mindset, because I didn't want to jump into doing a portrait if I didn't know how to do a portrait. Most I wanted to have some years under my belt before I attempted stuff like that. So I think it's just levels and phases that you get to. And now that I'm just at a place where I'm not nervous. It just kind of comes. It's easy. It's fun for me. Man. I'm creating. It's like it's a win-win. It's a blessing that tattooing's done what it's done, because back in 2005 when I started, it was kind of sketchy still.
For sure. That's why, man, if I ever get my first tattoo, I'm coming straight to you.
Got you, bro.
Year 1920. You good? I'm good.
Yeah. You're in good hands. You'd be in good hands, man.
Of course, man. I mean, for real, when I think of tattooing, I think of you. It's TC.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I mean, real talk. And people ask me, I was on vacation. Hey, if you ever got a tattoo, my boy TC back at home, man. Like, that's just what it is, man.
I love when people say that. It means a lot.
For real. For real. You work hard at your craft and you love it, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I try to have my own little, like I said, my own little specialty and my own little twist. But at the same time, I think a lot of people are gravitated towards being able to hold a conversation and have a relationship while they're doing that tattoo. And I think that sometimes supersedes just the talent, because if someone is speaking life into you and they're able to bless you with something permanent, you end up building a really deep relationship with a lot of people that you wouldn't think you would talk to, So for me, I look at it as, like I was saying earlier, thinking I wanted to be a youth pastor, following my dad and my grandpa's footsteps. A lot of pressure when you're brought up in, as a pastor's kid, and you think that this is the route that you're supposed to take, and if you don't take it, then, you're not doing, what you need to be doing for the kingdom, But God just gave this to me as a way to say, hey, I know you're different and you're going to reach people in a different way.
Absolutely.
And so for me, that's how I view it now. And so I don't really view it as a job, but I view it as, this is my purpose. This is if this is what God's gift is for me, and I would be a fool to, hold it back and, just hoard it all to myself. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
If I can bless people with my work, I love seeing it, whether it's on TV or on some, random person or a kid I coached, it goes deeper than the tattoos,
Absolutely. You tattoo so many people too. And just whether it's high profile people or just your everyday person. Yeah. So, that just goes all over the world.
For sure.
They taking trips, like your work is going everywhere.
Yeah, that's wild.
Ain't that crazy?
Sometimes it is wild. Me and Daniel went to the UFC fight, and even just seeing it on Colby up on like the, the middle of the octagon, you're like, yo, I did that.
Man, for real.
Which is wild,
And that was Colby Covington.
Colby Covington, yeah.
Shout out Colby. Okay.
Yeah. And just seeing stuff like that on the video games, you're like, oh, that's my stuff.
For sure. For sure.
So it's wild,
Man, it's amazing though, man. It's such a blessing, like you said, and just, taking God with you on that. I love it, man.
Yeah.
I relate. I'm seeing glimpses of doing garage talks and everything. And it's like, you see different people, someone from Portugal tap in with us or tap in this way. So I feel you to an extent. I got a taste of it. So I'm like, okay, I feel this,
Yeah, and it's crazy because even when you were praying at the beginning, as I was driving over here, God kind of put something just on my mind, and trying to relate to art with what I do and with what you're trying to do, because I create a bunch of art and sometimes it doesn't touch people how I think it might. And maybe it's not supposed to touch someone now. Maybe it's supposed to touch somebody in 5-10 years, you know? Right. And that's not really for us to do. We're just here to plant seeds, Absolutely. And just like you're saying, maybe it may not be right now. It might be 5-7 years. Someone taps into this podcast,
absolutely,
and somehow gets something from it or is inspired from it, because that's what you're doing it for, and that's what I'm doing my art for. So when you prayed that, I was just like, dang, man, that's confirmation,
Absolutely, that's wild. Yeah, it's true. We're in such a world of instant gratification. Now. For sure. You tap a picture, you get a heart, and that, and it's like people forget you want to, like you said, plant seeds and water them. Yeah. Like that's what it is, and then it'll come back around. Yeah. Like people got to remember, take a breath. You know me, I do my breathing work on the gram. Take a breath. Yeah. It'll come around, man.
I love that. You always do the breath stuff. I love that.
Man,
I do that with my kids all the time, just trying to get them to understand that focusing on your breathing, man, it's, helps you calm your mind.
Hell yeah.
It helps you think and reply properly.
Absolutely.
Because I'm not great at that, man. I think my downfall is sometimes my words, Man. So trying to be able to be like we talked about the other day, being intentional,
What you mean by that?
Key. Just being intentional with, how with the choices I'm about to make. You know what I'm saying? With the words I'm about to say.
Gotcha.
With the path that I'm about to go. I really want to be, I really want to know that this is it's from God too. So I just want to be intentional, not just for my own purpose, but for what's bigger than what I see, you know?
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, intent is that's a cool word because you just got to say, because there's power and death in the tongue, and you know it's just like you got to remember when you say something, how's that going to affect my character, and what's that going to do to this person I say it to, whether it's speaking life or speaking something crazy.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people, bro.
I've
heard a lot of people with my words, you know.
For sure.
Yeah, I you know, and I think that's just, it's probably stems from, you know, probably something younger, you know, that I need to wrestle with, you know. But you know, we all have our own things, you know, that we try to work on, and you know, just being aware of it too helps, you know. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So T, speaking of that, we'll get back to that. I want to come back around to your profession, to your passion of the tattooing. So T, I'm just circling back because the awards, your work, you've tatted Kobe, you've tatted what's dude that does the podcast around here?
Oh, Cam Haynes.
Yeah, Cam Haynes. You know, just big names and
Gary
things
Payton
like
Jr. or second.
Oh, for real? Gary Payton Jr.?
Yeah.
So I'm circling
a lot
back.
of people.
I just want to circle like T. I look at your gram. You got 20,000+ followers. You know, your page is there. I feel like you should be booming more. Why do I feel like that?
Man,
and I don't
say
see
that. I hate you say it. Everybody tells me that, you know?
Well, why do you hate when someone says that?
Well, I mean, just like you said, just maybe like 3 minutes ago, we live in this world of instant gratification. Everybody's searching for a heart. Everybody's searching for a like, you know, and I'm not really looking for worldly likes, you know? And I know people are like, yeah, but man, you gotta promote yourself. You gotta, you know, get yourself out there, do drawing videos, do this, do that. And, you know, I also think having a good solid team around you, you know, like with what you're doing, it that's, you know, pays dividends.
Absolutely.
You know, you gotta have people that are motivated with what your vision is.
Absolutely.
You know, and sometimes I got a lot of people that are in my corner giving me lip service, but don't, you know, give me action.
Don't show up. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And
Been there.
Yeah, yeah. And that's cool, you know, because I also, like I said, I want to stay humble. This life is fleeting. You know, all this stuff's temporary. You know, like we talked the other night, you know, what's it to gain the world and lose your soul in the whole process, you know? So I guess for me, I try to stay humble. But maybe, you know, maybe I could do that. You know, I just got a Twitch. I just got a YouTube. I'm doing my art on there now.
So you got the Twitch set up. I know you got Twitch, but they don't know you got Twitch set up.
Twitch, Inked Up Tattoo, Twitch, YouTube.
There we go.
Yeah, but so my brother helped me out, got that all set up for me. So now, you know, I want to create. You know, I like to draw. I don't just like to tattoo. You know, drawing's a passion. Drawing's easy for me, and so I just like to show people how I do it. You know, I loved watching Bob Ross.
For real?
Up.
Dang.
You know, I love watching people draw.
Bro, he put me to sleep. I be knocking out watching Bob Ross.
Man, you got me locked in, man. You got me locked in.
You locked in. I'm over here slumped.
Yeah. So I'm trying to just do my thing and just, you know, create an, you know, avenue for someone, to understand what it's like to draw and think how I'm thinking.
Do you ever see yourself on it? Like, are you hoping you're teaching them or just giving them something entertaining to do? Like, both.
I'm kind of. I just started a couple of them. Yeah. So they're fresh. They're new. Probably a little sketchy. You know, no pun intended. But you know, I'm kind of talking as I'm drawing. You know, and giving them the insight of where my mind's going with it. You know, so I'm hoping it'll evolve and maybe catch something, you know.
Absolutely.
So, yeah,
man, and I bring this up just because I'm observing you. Obviously, I'm observing you're a guest on this podcast today, and I'm just like, maybe I'm biased because I know you, but I'm like, yo, like TC puts the work in. I mean, it's beautiful. Word of mouth comes to you. Yeah, I get where you're coming from, T. There's days I'm like, man, we're over here doing this garage talks. I'm putting my face out on the internet every day. Yeah, but I have to remember, you don't play small. God intends for you to be big, and I'm glad you being big, man.
Yeah, and I think that's why when you asked me, I was like, man, what do I even have to offer? You know, but for me, it's like I got to put myself out there too. Absolutely, you know, because I stay humble, and there's some people who maybe ain't that great that are way more confident, and their skill set may be minimal.
Other artists.
Yeah, you know, and they're doing their thing, you know, getting all, but it's like, well, I know I'm probably better, you know, I know my characters maybe better, not that I'm, you know, comparing, you know, but it's like, God, when you gonna show up, you know, and honestly, I think that's just teaching me being patient.
Most definitely.
You know, if it's supposed to come, it'll come.
Right.
You know, and if it's not, then I'm still Gucci. You know
Oh,
what I'm
most
saying?
def.
You know, but I'm trying to put myself out there a little bit more. Yeah. I do feel like there's something that I can give to people, and within my artwork, you know, I think it. I'd like to, you know, make a book and just get my illustrations out there so people can understand, you know, and feel what I'm drawing, you know, because I just keep it all at home and hoard it, and you know, it's like you're expressing yourself by letting everybody into your art that, you know, you just do for yourself, at least as an artist. So I need to like break down those walls and be a little bit more intentional with, you know, what I'm going to do with that stuff moving forward.
Most definitely. Yeah. Well, you speak on the team, and I mean, I'll tell you right now, many hands make light work. Yeah. And so if you can, like you told me, your brother set up your Twitch thing and got it all set, that's huge. I mean, that's Joe right here for me. So, you know, that keeps your mind, you're the artist. How do we capture that? Yeah. You know, how do we put TC right here and just, he can focus on that? Yeah. Yeah, you're going to have to do a little bit of get your hands dirty with this or that, but that's the goal, man. Yeah. And I say that as an observer and a fan of yours. Like, I appreciate that. And a friend. I'm just like, I know you, and I'm like, this dude's page should be like, I'm advocating for you, mate. I'm advocating.
Follow
you know?
me. Yeah, get them up.
You know.
Yeah, everybody tells me that though, man. And honestly, I feel like sometimes you get more love in other places, you know. Ain't no love in the heart of the city sometimes. Ooh. You know. So here, you know, Eugene, I feel like there's that ceiling. Okay. You know, crabs in a bucket. You know, I ain't gonna help you. Help me. This is just, you know,
underappreciated.
Yeah, you go to other places, man. They try to be giving you alley oops, assists, connections. You know, and so being able to get out and not stay here is giving me an opportunity to see that I could make it other places, and I could probably blow up more, but. Right now, I'm locked in as a dad, staying here and coaching. Yes, you know, so being trying to be present for those guys too. Is keeping me grounded here. You know, but when the time's right, you know, I'm gonna try to jump on, you know, going south or somewhere other than here eventually.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's true. I mean, sometimes you got to leave home because when you stay at home, people love you, but they get used to you. Yeah, they get used to you. You know, and when you leave, you hear other compliments and walks of life. Yeah. So I feel what you're saying. Yeah. So you notice that too. Like when you go to a different state, it's just it's different. It's love.
It's crazy good love. It's good meeting new people, connecting with new people. Nothing wrong with the people that are here, but I just feel like I feel like it's more of a lukewarm city, you know. And I'm trying to traject. You know what I mean? Right. And because I know that I have really good talent, I just need to find a way to direct that in a way that is gonna help me, you know. And I got to find my little avenue, and I'll get there.
Yes, you will. Yeah. And I mean, that's the beauty of the internet. I'll say that. I gasp because the internet can be so dark, but that's the beauty in the internet. Now that you're doing Twitch and everything. I know it's a vessel for you. So cats across seas and stuff are going to see you.
Yeah, hopefully.
Next thing you know, you might be, hey, I need you to fly out here and do this tattoo for me. Yeah, you know what I mean? Maybe. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, it would be a big blessing, you know, but you just got to take action. You know, even you doing this, you know, when D told me you stopped working at the credit union, I was like, man, my homie's tripping, bro. What's he talking about? He quit the credit union. You know, and then D's like, yeah, man, you know, I'm really happy for him. And I'm like, well, yeah, okay. The only way you're going to be able to focus on something and really pour into it, you know, and see fruit from it is by doing that and by doing the work. And roots have to grow down before they grow up, man, you know. Ooh. So for you to like step away from it, you may not see like it's making any progress yet, but you know, you are, you know, and I think that there's something powerful in you doing that, because I think on the other side of fear is just everything that you've been hoping for.
That part.
You know, so for you to do that, it's tough. You know, I try to encourage even like my family members, quit that job. Go do something better. Go be happy.
Right,
Stop
be happy.
being disgruntled.
Absolutely.
Go live your life. Because you only got one. And God, God's given you this gift. Of this
Right.
life. And this breath.
Absolutely.
And if you wake up, you got another opportunity.
That
To
part.
be different and to change and to, to grow.
With that, that's true. I mean, I'm such a learner, man. I look at people and watch them. Like I said, observe. I do, because if you stay too close to something, aka me working at my job, man, you become obsessed.
Yeah.
You're obsessed of fear, obsessed of this. But when you pull back and look, you can
Yeah.
observe,
Bro,
man.
That's a huge thing in art.
Absolutely.
When you're doing art, man, you can stay so focused on just the small details. And then when you step away, you're like, wow, I'm not even focused on everything. I've just been
Absolutely.
so focused on this.
Absolutely.
And yeah, man. So I get that. Taking a step back, it gives you just better perspective.
Man, for real, T, for real. Now with your work, being observant, man, how do you feel? How do you deal with somebody doubting you or hating on you? Of late, I read a story from you. I read a story. You tattooed, I want to say, a state trooper or a cop.
Yeah.
You put a tattoo on him. You got blasted?
Man, you got it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Wild, bro.
What happened, man? How you deal with
man.
that? How you deal with the hate,
Yeah,
man?
man. If it was like something crazy, bro, like a sign that you don't want on somebody, I would say no, but I knew this individual beforehand, as a state trooper, and I've tattooed so many cops, I've tattooed so many state troopers, firefighters, Marines, all that kind of stuff, man.
Absolutely.
So for me, and I have family members that are a part of the police force, so for me, it's a double-edged sword. I got love from my family that are serving, because being a police officer, it ain't easy.
It ain't easy,
It's
man.
not. And you're put in some sketchy, scary situations, and sometimes, as you know, we're only human. We make mistakes.
Right.
But for me to tattoo this guy, I knew him from beforehand and knew he was a good dude. I know that he's not some hateful, racist, hating cop.
He's a guy. He's a person.
He's a guy, and he just wanted a flag, an eagle with the flag, with the blue line. The blue line must have done it. It must have pushed them overboard.
Blue lives matter.
Hey man, Dodger blue. You know what I'm saying? So that's okay. That doesn't mean that I'm like supporting this movement. That symbol doesn't even mean that this person is against whatever Black Lives Matter. Because I think that's kind of what was driving her, driving their issue. And I don't have time to sit there and explain to somebody why I'm doing something, and people are gonna have their opinions, man, and people are gonna think what they think, but if you I feel like there's a lot of arrogance in that, because you're not even being willing to meet somebody where they might be in where they're at in their life. I don't care. I'm not going to judge somebody, not hang out with somebody because you're on drugs. I'm not going to not kick it, and understand because you have a different occupation than me, so that was tough. But at the end of the day, man, like I'm grown enough to know that this is just my work. I'm blessing this guy with some art. He's giving me some money. I'm not really thinking too hard about it unless it was something that really rubbed my spirit the wrong way.
How did people find? Did you like put the tattoo on your page and somebody?
Yeah,
people?
It was a cover up. The guy had something trash before.
Gotcha.
Real dog shit tattoo, and I just had to fix it. And that was the only thing that we could really come up with, and it was something that he wanted too. So,
absolutely.
I'm gonna give the client what they're hoping for, and me to do it the best that I possibly can.
Right.
And people loved it. People were like, oh my God, you killed that. And I'm like, hell yeah, I did.
Like, of course, yeah.
And then to get some hate response, it's okay, man. Like,
And T, you're half black.
So I'm Filipino.
You're Filipino.
I got a lot of mix in there.
Okay.
So I'm just I would guess a mutt. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it's a mix of everything.
But yeah,
you know?
you all kinds of shades
Yeah.
of dark,
Yeah, man.
and
Yeah.
people gonna hate on you
Yeah.
about that. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man,
Yeah.
like really?
All kinds of shit. I love that, bro. Yeah, I had this lady say, "Oh, you're a little bit of everybody," and I was like, "I guess."
Just,
you know, if
yeah.
I grew a beard, I could probably be Middle Eastern. It's like, you know, some people, you know, think I'm Mexican, and that's cool. You know, like I love all of it, man,
Right,
you
right.
know, because you know, love see no color. You know
Man,
what I'm saying?
that part. Thank you.
But also I was raised right. You know, so the external doesn't mean shit to me.
No, it don't.
You know what I'm saying?
But
Like, we judge the external. God judges the heart of a man. So I try
Thank you.
I try to tap into that perspective as often as I can.
I know,
you
man. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It just, I found that funny when you put that on your story.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro,
man.
like really, like
Yeah,
come on,
That's
man.
funny you say that. I had you know, because I'm always thinking I'm a creative person and a visual person, and you know, I had an idea of just having this guy feeding logs into a fire, but the logs just said haters. You know,
Oh, that's
because there's something
tough.
powerful about that. Because that's keeping that dude warm. You
Absolute-
know? You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Like, haters are gonna be hating.
Abs-
Bitch, man, keep hating,
Man.
Because when I make it, told you so.
Thank
you.
you.
know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
So yeah, man.
Misery loves company,
They
man.
do, bro. You
They
know, I've
do.
been there too. You know what I'm saying? I ain't
Yeah,
gonna lie.
yeah.
Been there too. But yeah, but God's good, man. God's good.
All the time,
Yeah.
all the time, man. Yeah, I had to ask about that story because it's just
Yeah, it's a
crazy,
good one,
man.
man.
Like,
That's
like,
Love that you said that.
you were surprised I remembered that.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, because I mean that's the reality of it, man. Like I'm tattooing, you know, people that may not be in good occupations. You know, may tattoo people that are in good occupations. I may tattoo old people, young people, skinny people, fat people, black
Everybody.
people, white people, all in
Right,
between.
right.
You know, and for me, you know, it just gives me a better understanding of, you know, things that, you know, I would have never, you know, understood before, just from spending hours with an individual, knowing that person, you know, hearing their story, you know, listening to their upbringing. And some stories are crazy that I'm sitting there talking to people, you know, sometimes some people's kids die, they do a tattoo of their kid, you know. Some stories are just told, you know, out of just the openness that tattooing does, you know.
Absolutely.
And so sometimes, you know, you just tap into real deep, dark, hard shit because a lot of people are coming to get tattooed to escape some shit. You know, parent
Wow.
died. I need to do something to remedy that pain so I can see it forever. You know, and it might be
Absolutely.
weird for some people, but I relate to that.
Absolutely.
You know, and so yeah, man, it's just crazy the spectrum of people that God puts in front of you when you're tattooing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that gives you so much wisdom, man, because we're in a political year,
Yeah.
and it always upsets me. I got so many cop friends, and I'm like, man, like, bro, I can't just look at cops and be like, F all the cops. I can't. My friends are cops. Like, I'm gonna say that. I go by basis. I shake your hand. If you're gonna hate me, then there's a bad apple
Yeah,
everywhere.
man.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? There's
Yeah.
a bad apple.
Yeah.
And it's like, so I see that happen to you or with you, and I'm just like, bro, like, you got to go by character of each person,
man. You gotta
man.
keep it a bean, man. You gotta keep it a buck. Because the funny thing is the flip side. I've had 3 people text me and say, "Yo, bro, I got pulled over, but I'm gonna call you, dog, because the guy knows you and he let me go." And so I'm like, you know what? There's people that do stuff, you know,
Yeah.
behind the scenes that are even like people that I know. And just because I knew that dude, he let a couple of homies off. With
Man,
tickets,
see
you know?
there,
So
mate?
it's like, man, people don't know those stories.
Yeah.
You know, they just see the bad, and it's easy to see the bad and make a judgment. You know?
Absolute.
Yeah, it's easy to see the bad and make the judgment. You know, I'm not gonna go off on
Man.
a tangent with
I-
that, but you know,
Hey, you good, bro. Safe space here. Remember that.
Yeah,
Safe
no,
space,
no, I
T.
know,
So
I
we're
know.
chilling. I'll tell you this story. So one of my cop buddies I met about 19 years ago. He used to go to the same Starbucks as me.
Yeah.
And my friend, she was a barista. She said, "Hey, you and him would be good buddies." I didn't know who she was talking about. So I was like, she said his name, and I was like, okay, bet. She's like, you and Tim. I'll say his name. You and Tim be good buddies. I was like, I don't know. She's like, he's a cop. He comes here. I was like, I haven't seen him. Long story short, she sets us up on a coffee date.
Oh, lovely.
This 10 years ago.
Lovely.
I'm like, I come in. I'm like, oh, dang, he like a cop. Like, he a cop. He geared up, chilling, looking. What's up, man? It's like, what's up, man? You know, I'm 22 at the time, 21. Sit there. Man, been my friend to this day, the homie. But what was crazy is, man, after, because I think you know Tim.
Tim
You know Tim. He was on Eugene.
Haywood.
Yeah.
That's your guy.
That's my buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Tim, bro.
It's a great guy.
You know Tim?
Yeah, see? Look,
Shut
see?
the hell up, bro.
Come on. Shout out Tim.
man.
Shout out
Tim
Tim,
Haywood.
man. Yeah.
We love you, bro. We love you.
Man, one of my best buddies,
Yeah,
man.
He's probably the one that let everybody out. You know?
Don't tell on him,
Hey,
mate.
man, he's done. He ain't cop no more.
Oh yeah, true. He done.
ain't
He
cop
good.
no
He
more.
good.
Yeah,
He's good. But nah, I always appreciate him because he told me this story. I would say about a year of us hanging out. So I'm like, okay, we're cool.
Yeah.
This is great. We're having coffee
Good
once,
dude.
twice a week,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Man, he says, Dad, you won't believe this, man. I was like, what's up? Some other regulars at the Bucks, at Starbucks, was like, hey, Tim, why you hanging out with this dude? Talking about me. He's like, what are you talking about? He's like, he got his braids. They're judging.
Yeah.
He's like, he said, I ain't talking to y'all ever again. He's like, you don't judge that kid. That's a
right.
great kid right
Yeah.
there. I always held that close,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Meant the most to me. And he told me that's what
'cause
meant
of
the
the
most. Braids. Had some Jordans on,
Yeah, that song, man, you know?
Yeah, man. So,
You
it's,
here, bro. That's good.
you don't know till you know. You feel me, man?
Yeah, Tim's a good dude, man. That's wild.
Isn't that wild?
wild.
Small
Yeah,
world,
small
man.
world.
Small world,
Yeah,
I'm
good
telling
people.
you. Did you ever have other controversy with tattooing people? Like, I mean, you got, who else? Colby Covington. I know he gets a lot of heat.
Oh, yeah, people
Be like, oh, who's his tattoo artist? Or,
people like, how is he? They really want to know how he is.
and what you say?
He's cool shit.
Okay.
Kicking it right here, just
Chilling.
chopping it up, man.
Just chilling.
You know?
Yep.
Vibing, listening to good music. He's a regular cat.
Absolutely.
He's from Thurston. He's from here.
Oh,
He
okay.
gets
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
Yeah, people have their opinions, obviously, because he's pushing Trump and whatever. That's your own thing. That's not my
Right.
issue to figure out who you want to vote for and be mad at you. And I trust me, I've had my fair share of being mad, about political stuff.
Most def.
To the point where I almost try to cut people off, but I just got to get over that. I'm 40. It's harder to stay mad than to just give grace.
Absolutely.
But Kobe's a homie. Love that guy. He's a good dude. He talks shit. I love that shit. Who doesn't like people that talk shit? You
Absolutely.
know what I mean? I'm talking shit in basketball.
Hey.
I'm talking shit all the time because I'm trying to get in your head because I'm trying to win.
You're competing.
I'm
You're trying to
competing.
win.
Yeah. And ain't nobody want to lose.
Right,
I'm not trying
right.
to be a sucker. Second place is the first loser. You know what I'm saying? So guys like that, for me to spend time with someone like that, this is a dude that's top 5 in the world fighting. We talk about the company that you keep. I'm trying to hang with champion-minded motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Most def.
So if it's Colby, if it's Reggie, every now and then I'll tattoo him. But when I'm spending time to tattoo these people, I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to absorb. I'm trying to connect. I'm trying to build relationships. But he's a great dude, man.
Absolutely.
So people like to talk, about all the political stuff, especially since everything's happening soon. But good dude, man. You can't judge a book by its cover, man.
Absolutely.
You can't.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's huge, man.
Yeah.
It's a good reminder. That's the flexibility of you, man. It's character in people. One by one people want to group people so much, T, and
sure, bro.
that kills me, man. It kills.
Well, and we live in, like you said, we live in this day of Instagram self-gratification, instantly, and when somebody does something wrong or somebody doesn't do something that's in line with my thinking, theology, all that stuff, we want to put that person in the box.
Yep.
Yep. And it's tough to forgive people.
Right. Right.
But Jesus said, the disciples asked, how many times are we supposed to forgive? And Jesus said 70 times 7. 7 times 70. And when someone wrongs us once, it's like, someone wrongs us twice, well, I'm cutting you off, blocking you, ghosting you, and I feel like that's so disingenuous.
Right.
When we're here to work on problems, communicate issues, address things that may be hard, because through that I feel like you don't have that judgment, and perspective is a hell of a thing.
It is.
And people lack that, not really sure why, but I think we're just a product of, the world that we're living in right now. I won't even say it's a generation. It's just the world we're in.
It is.
So
it is. It's just cool. I always appreciate that about you, man. You take whoever, whenever, even when you take heat, man. It's cool.
Yeah, I love that.
And it's osmosis. I speak on osmosis so much. You surround yourself by people who are doing, or they're either places you want to be, or they're hitting the goals you want to hit, and it just reflects off you, man.
Yeah, or they're chasing things, and it's inspiring you to chase things too.
Absolutely.
Because my buddy moved over to Thailand, and he's killing it because the weed game's legal, and he's opened up this huge operation. He was living in San Diego.
Wow.
And he's just booming, doing his own thing, man. And it's just like you got to take a leap of faith. You got to get through that. And he's killing it, So to know friends that are really pursuing what they want to do, trying to make it to the league. Maybe they're in the league, buddy of mine now, he got picked up on a rugby team that he's going over to Australia or England because he just got picked up. And, it's just cool because when I was younger, maybe like 25s, you look around and you kind of get jealous. You're like, man, I should be that. I need to get that. I deserve that. And then God humbles you, and as you get older, you're like, I just want to see people eat. I just want to see people happy, and encourage people, not be a hater on them,
right.
And just be, a life source or a light or just some sort of inspiration, and just like you doing your thing right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's to anybody that's growing and like trying to get out of their way, like the most comfort you can have is just taking that next step. And one of my favorite things to say, I'm not where we want to be right now, but I'm headed exactly where we need to be. Yeah. And that's the biggest thing, because haters will always be the ones sitting at home pointing fingers.
Yeah,
look at this. I'm pointing at, when you standing at home in your comfort zone, it's usually that's the haters right there, right? They're sitting right there. Misery loves company. So we're just going to keep you right here. It's like, nah, bro. Nah.
For sure.
We got to have motion. You got to stay moving.
Yeah, for sure.
Your blood stop moving, you die.
Yeah,
it's just simple calculations.
For sure.
Right?
Man, for sure.
That's dope, dude. That's dope. With that, T, I'm going to the next one, man. I want to circle back to it with the note taking, man. When we was rolling in your car the other day, you literally sketch your notes.
My church notes.
Your church notes.
Church notes.
Beautiful, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Bro, I'm beautiful, man.
Thank you, bro.
When you left the car, you was like, here, bro, check this out.
Yeah, peep it, man.
I was like,
because there's life in that, man. There's life in the images.
Tons of it.
And I'm trying to convey that through imagery. And like I said, a lot of those church notes, they're just for me. And it's how I hear a sermon, articulate a sermon. I'm keeping notes, but I'm drawing at the same time. And bless my cousin's heart. He just opened up a church, Generations.
Okay.
All the time. And really being locked in again.
For sure.
I took, I would say I took a good 3-4 year sabbatical from church.
Okay.
Once my grandparents died, they were running the church for a hot minute, man. So I grew up from Jump Street, church, Monday, Sunday, Saturday night, for worship with my parents and grandparents and family that would be running it, so.
What church? What was the name of the church?
It was Open Bible Fellowship out Danabo. Real small church.
Okay.
But yeah, man, it's growing up like that was a huge blessing. For sure. Just to have that in your life, to direct you, navigate you,
Absolutely.
But yeah, man, I know I got lost off topic, man, but
no, you're okay.
What was the
No, just going back with it. So taking your notes and just finding out the church notes. Yeah,
man. So I've been doing that since maybe middle school.
Wow.
Yeah, for a long time. I got years of notes that just sit at my house, just stacks of them.
Oh, you still got them right now?
Got them, yeah. When I was like 15, 16, 17, going through hell during those years. For sure. And I would just use that as an outlet and escape, being able to take notes, have quiet time.
What kind of hell were you dealing with? Mental health, dealing with just family drama?
Family, yeah. I mean, because my parents were from the church, raised in the church from forever. There is no testimony for me because it was just I was just a part of the church. You know what I'm saying?
Born into it.
So life was all happy, go lucky, cookie cutter. And then parents got divorced, middle school, and stuff happened, made it hard. And just that just kind of alters your life a little bit as
Absolutely.
a young kid and young mind trying to figure out and navigate this thing called life. So for me, I'm just a very deep, emotionally intense dude. I'm an artist, so my brain's thinking deep. So if I'm thinking deep art wise, I'm also thinking deep spiritually. If I'm thinking deep spiritually, I'm also thinking deep, in all these other areas of my life. So when I didn't feel like I really had anybody, you kind of just isolate when you're going through some weird shit.
For sure.
At a young age, and you don't really know how to express it, talk to anybody. Just made life just confusing as shit.
Absolutely.
Which ultimately, it doesn't kill you, makes you stronger, but it definitely, I would never go back and change anything. I would do it all over again.
Did it save you? Do you think the art, just taking notes like that, learning that?
Art does, yeah. That's my anxiety medication. That's my stress reliever.
For sure.
So going back to like the notes, it's just a great way for, women like to journal. And guys journal too.
Yeah,
guys just don't journal as much.
Right, right.
So for me, I just tapped into that. Journaling and art can be a way that can get just my feelings, my emotions out on paper.
For sure.
And then the art and the imagery just kind of like also is a reflection of maybe what I'm dealing with internally at times.
For sure.
But a lot of people have appreciated those church notes because I post them.
Yes.
So I like that you acknowledge that because other people have said that. So hearing that not just from them but from you too, it just shows that it's at least making a mark, doing something.
It is.
So yeah, man. But that's just how I operate.
Absolutely.
As an artist, and as a human,
How important you think that is for let's just say any young person to find their outlet, find their passion, what they do. Like, I mean, if you didn't find the notes, you didn't find that, who knows what you would have been doing. You could have been fighting, taking your anger out a different way.
Yeah.
You found the notes.
Yeah.
Like, do you think that's real important for if you're talking to any young kid to find an outlet?
Yeah, for sure, man. Having an outlet, is always key. And the only outlets that I had, that worked for me growing up, because I didn't know really how to have an outlet. I just kind of did something. And art was something that just kept my mind preoccupied.
Absolutely.
And kept me busy for hours on ends without me thinking of shit that made it harder for me.
All the hell that's happening, all the crazy.
Yeah, for sure. And then also basketball.
Oh, okay.
Basketball has always been that thing that's kept me, I don't know, just staying focused,
For sure.
and not lost in the sauce. My grandpa, not only were my grandpa and my dad pastors, my grandpa and my dad and my uncle were coaches. So seeing that, as a young man, your grandfather preaches, your dad preaches, they get up in front of a pulpit and they're articulate, they're charismatic, and people, appreciate them and go to them for advice and life, and you pick that shit up.
Absolutely.
And I think that's why it's so easy for me to have a quick, deep relationship with somebody.
Absolutely.
Because I'm serious. When I meet somebody, it's not just, oh, hey, hi, bye.
It's not surface level.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, like we talked about the other day, like be careful be careful how you treat people, because you could be entertaining angels, and so I always just want to be very cautious.
Absolutely.
And really, really give my attention to that individual, unless like I can tell they're just off the rocker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I just always brought up with that example. And so for me, it's just something that,
There's a lot of pressure at the same time too, though.
Yeah.
I bet it's a lot of pressure growing up with dad being a pastor, grandpa being a pastor.
Yeah. And I think that's probably why it made it harder.
Okay.
going through what I was going through.
Okay.
You know, because you think, oh, the Christian lifestyle is supposed to be all Gucci, happy, you know, and it ain't.
It
You
ain't.
know? Like, I think it's maybe even the opposite, because the disciples, they didn't have great lives afterwards.
No.
Those dudes got murdered,
No.
you know, because they were living for a purpose, you know, and that they believed in. And
Gotcha.
they were willing to die for it, you know. And I guess for me at a young age, I feel like God's always been like, are you willing to give your whole self to me? Are you willing to just give me pieces of you?
Wow.
And so I think at a young age, I was like, okay, I'll give you some pieces, you know, but I'm trying to smoke. I'm trying to drink. I'm trying to kick it. I'm trying to club. I'm trying to have fun and figure my life out, you know. But I think for me, being brought up like that always kept me like in having perspective of making sure that my spirit's also in check, you know. So when you say that stuff, it's like, yeah, we should be taking inventory, you know, of our spirit and making sure we're keeping it in check, because a lot of times, you know, we let ourselves try to drive, you know, and really, you know, we're vessels, but God's kind of the one that's orchestrating everything. Yeah. You know, so.
It's, I love that you say that we are vessels, and and jump in with me how you feel about this. But what I like is you're able to touch people's lives who may never step into a church, who may never ever consider opening a Bible, and you able to sit here and relate with them and have conversation because of what you've been through. Yeah. You know, we still lean on God, and hey, power of prayer. I have this right here. We keep the prayer. Yeah. But you're able to go places that somebody who's Christian would never go, and you can still have those powerful conversations. That's a huge impact on people, man. That's huge.
Yeah, I mean, I guess for me, it's like, well, I don't think we do a great job as believers, the people who want to call themselves Christians, you know, because we acknowledge them with our lips, but then we don't, you know, live according to either what the scripture's saying or how Jesus actually lived. And I'm just as guilty, you know, because there's areas in my life that I'm trying to get right to, you know. So it's not like I'm condemning or saying these people ain't got to figure it out. We just do a really bad job of meeting people where they're at, because we think we got our shit straight, when really it's like your shit still stinks too.
Oh, absolutely.
You know? So be humble enough to say, hey, is this person, do I need to help this individual out and meet them where they're at? Because that's what, I feel like that's what Jesus was coming to do. He didn't come to condemn us and, you know, do all this stuff.
Yeah.
He tried to just kick it with us and lead by example.
Right.
You know? But yeah, you know, I'm not trying to get too deep into the spiritual stuff, but
that's
just how my brain thinks, you
that's
know?
Huge.
Because the Bible says we wrestle not with flesh and blood, but we're dealing with, you know, principalities. We're dealing with good and evil.
Yes.
You know, and isn't it clear? You know, isn't the news pretty clear? You know, about what's going on, even, you know, in all different parts of the world. You know, and
right.
It's a beautiful life, but it's also, you know, it's also very, you know,
it's crazy, with that T, it is crazy. I mean, if anybody observes this world, they notice that things got increasingly worse just in the world. And you know, whether you believe in God or Buddha or whatever you believe in, Allah, whatever, you know, there's a yin and a yang, there's a good and a bad, and it's just you have to start looking deeper into it. It's not a prescription medicine. Sometimes it's not the anxiety. Like I understand mental health is real. I take it serious, but there's spiritual good and evil. We know right from wrong. It's just like eating bad or eating good. You know, you should either eat a chicken salad and not go to McDonald's.
Well,
like
you feel it afterwards.
You're gonna feel it. So you know, exactly. You're gonna feel it, man. And that's something that people just really should sit back and understand that I really believe there is spiritual entities out there that are trying to get in your mind and control your thoughts.
Not to get crazy off on like a little tangent, but like this things in this society blow my mind. It's like we idolize like Jeffrey Dahmer shows on Netflix, and we idolize all these crazy things. But it's like we're also letting people into these crazy minds to now maybe think like that, you know, and we don't combat it with enough good. And I think that's the disappointing thing, you know, because I just know my kids are living in this day and age, and you know, you can see anything on your phone, you know, whether you're got screen time on these kids or not, they're gonna see stuff, and you can see it within a second, and then once you see it, you can't unsee it, you know, and that does something to your spirit, you know. So that's why you really have to be locked in, you know, so you are able to be aware of your adversary who's, you know, seeking to devour whomever he may. You know, I get going off all these verses because it's just things that I've always read growing up. You know, I don't know what that's in 1 Peter 6 or something, you know, but you just got to be careful, man, you know, because the enemy is trying to pounce on you in your weakness, you know, and it's happened to me before. You know, I'm just as guilty. You know, I've been married, divorced, you know, like
2
shit
times.
ain't easy.
Two
2
times,
times,
okay.
baby.
I ain't been
2
in one. I'm
times.
trying to.
Hey,
I ain't been.
Don't do 2. You know, but it ain't easy,
I'm
man.
trying,
and
man.
you gotta learn. You know,
Right,
and you
for
gotta,
sure.
You gotta really check yourself because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over
and
and
over
expecting a
again.
different result. You know,
That part.
So at some point, you gotta wrestle with yourself.
You do.
You know,
You do.
Stop trying to get a girl to occupy your lonely time. Stop trying to, you know, really focus on you.
Yes.
You know? Because these chicks, they're trying to focus on them too.
Yep.
You know, and then it just causes more distractions.
For
you know?
sure.
And I really do want to learn how to just love myself better and give myself grace and, you know, not beat myself up and feel ashamed or guilty of past failures or mess ups. You know, I think that can leave you really, you know, stuck.
That
you know,
word.
I think I've been stuck for a good 8 years because I was thinking like that.
Man.
You know, and God wants you to move from that. You know what I mean? And push yourself into a, you know, something better for you.
Exactly.
You know?
I like that you say stuck and push because God's like, look, bro, faith is believing in things you can't see.
Yeah.
Everybody, you got to put yourself in position to win. You got to put yourself in position to win. I'm going to say it again. Put yourself in position to win. You got to step out that comfort zone. Take that flight, send that message and like go do stuff. Because God's sitting here like, watch me work.
Amen. Man.
You know, but when you sit back and just play it safe, it's like it's like, bruh, like if you never picked up the pen, you might have never known you could just draw art like this.
I know.
Now you're affecting everybody.
Yeah.
If I never did this with Garage Talks, who knows, man?
Yeah.
You know,
for
and
sure.
it's like, bro, God's like, yo, go get it and I'll help you. It's going to be dark right here.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to light it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, guess what? We're not going to stop. We're going to pivot and go this way to get to the goal.
Yeah.
You know, don't panic, pivot, man.
Yeah. I know the Bible says by no works can you gain your salvation, but God still wants you to work and be diligent and use his gifts that he's given you to maybe impact somebody that you didn't know you were going to impact. You know, even it's just smiling at somebody, you know what I'm saying?
That part.
You know, calling someone when you thought of them, you know how many times that's paid dividends off for me in the last 3 or 4 months, just reaching out to a couple of homies and, you know, knowing that they really needed it, you know, and I think it's because I know I really need it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I saw that on your story. So you called some homies and they just needed to talk to you.
Yeah, man. A good friend of mine, he went to Springfield High School, really good buddy. Just going through some stuff, and I was actually driving to go tattoo Colby in Vegas, and my buddy, he lives in Reno. And I've been there before, and he wasn't answering his phone, but I was just happened to drive by and remember I was driving by his street, and you know, God just was like, hey man, call him. If you don't answer, just go to his damn house, you know, and just knock on the door. You know,
you go, old school.
And honestly, like I didn't see his car, so I just was gonna leave my garbage on his doorstep and just to let him know I was there. And he opens the door and he's like, "Man, like I ignored your phone call, bro. I didn't think. I can't believe you like stopped by." He's like, and he was in a hurt moment, you know. And we all get there,
man.
You know. But sometimes us as dudes, we don't really reach out and we don't, you know, ask for help. You know, I could scroll through my phone sometimes. You know, I'll pass my dad, I'll pass my uncle, I'll pass. You know, and I'm just like, I can't even. There's not even anybody in this phone that I even want to like, you know, share my sorrows with, you know, because it's like you feel like it's a burden for somebody, you know, at times, at least when you're dealing with some stuff.
Right,
at least that's how I internalize it, you know, which isn't always the best. But for me, I was like, I just got to take action. And knocked on his door and he answered it. And it was just, man, it was just so meaningful, you know, and you know, God was like in that moment, you know, yeah, man, it's like, you gotta reach out to the homies. If they're silent, you know, you got to reach out to the friends of your family if they cross your mind. You know, if you got shit and drama wrong with them, man, get rid of that shit. You know, life's way too short. You know, and yeah, man, I just trying to be, like I say, intentional and be
sure.
impactful to the people that I know that I can reach. You
For
know,
sure.
I'm not going to try to reach above and beyond. I'm just going to do what I can do right here in my community that I have, you know, the ability to affect and
Yes.
maybe change.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I'm coaching. You know, because I've seen my folks coach and lead people, and it's just easy for me, man. Like, I feel like I can sit and talk to 12, 15, 20 dudes and get them locked in together. You know, sometimes
gotcha.
it's hard to do that with one dude.
Man,
you know?
for real.
But
It really
trying
is.
to lock in with 12 dudes that may not really respect you yet. They're looking at you like you're this tatted dude who's scary, maybe sketchy. They don't really know what if you got the proof and the pudding and the stuff that you're teaching us. But, you know, I think that they can see with just the time and, you know, how much I try to pour into them. You know, I got my own life and family too, but, you know, I'm trying to give back, you know, and try to instill some sort of motivation, encouragement, you know, and belief in these kids, you know, because that's really what it is. These kids need to believe, you know, in themselves. You know, I don't give a shit. Homie's good over at the next school. I don't care if this team's stacked. Like, who cares?
Right,
you know,
right.
just they put on the shoes the same way you do.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's 6'6". I don't care if he's 220. You know, it's like, how you gonna battle him? You know, and still stay confident and believing in yourself. So,
Absolutely.
you know, it's easier said than done. You know, but you know,
So T, going over into that, man.
yeah.
I want to cross to it. We know TC. We know what's up to you,
Yeah.
man. The substance.
Yeah.
Head coach. I gotta say it loud and proud. Springfield High School, baby.
Yeah, that's
I
your
went
alma mater.
there, mate.
Alma mater.
Let's go, mate. I went there, mate. I'm in there. I
love
still
that.
got the warm ups in my house.
Good, man.
I ain't even
Good.
gonna play.
We got some good gear this year.
Yes. How second year of coaching?
Yeah.
How is that? Like, I know you just said giving back to these kids and,
Yeah.
and helping them out. This is the first time you're the head coach of a varsity team?
Yeah, man, this is my second year. You know, bless their hearts. They let me into and gave me this position.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which you know, coaches ain't looking like me. You know, coaches don't got their nose pierced, ears pierced, neck tatted, tats on their face. You know, so I'm grateful.
People
that
try to judge that.
I maybe would. You know, just off top.
Off top, bet.
Keep it at 100, you know, because you just don't know. You don't know
Right.
someone's heart, vision, outlook, you know, care for these kids. Does this guy have kids? You know, I know it may not look like that, but, you know, I think I'm just glad that they gave me an opportunity.
Absolutely.
Because these kids at Springfield, a different demographic, because I've coached at Churchill. I've coached at Springfield. I've coached over at North, back to Churchill, you know, it's just different in certain areas.
Oh,
you know?
economically,
For sure.
characters, everything.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
There's and so not to go off and list all those things, but I just wanted to. I feel like I can connect to them on a real level, you know. And basketball is, you know, just a byproduct of doing that. But you know, I'm just trying to get these kids to, you know that they can reach out and talk to older dudes, you know, and coaches. And I wasn't able to do that as a high school basketball player with my coaches. You
For
know?
sure.
I was like, man, this guy is mean. You know, can't even say anything to him. We're gonna be running if I'm chattering on the side, you know, like. That was. We played at Churchill, man. That was different basketball, you know. And,
For sure.
we were really locked in, and that Coach Roach was. He was a crazy good coach, you know, but he demanded like, you know, your attention and, you know, your energy, you know, and not saying that these kids don't have it, but, you know, these kids just need to learn that, hey, you know, nothing that comes, you know, is going to be easy.
Right.
You're going to have to work through it. You're going to have to run through a wall. You're going to have to jump higher than you want to jump. You're going to have to give more effort if you really want to win. You know, you can put on a
Absolutely.
jersey and look good, you know, but there's a lot of guys that look like they can ball. And then, you know, going out there on the court, you ain't it, you know.
Hey.
So, yeah, man, you know, just trying to give these kids some sort of, you know, belief in themselves, you know, and just be a help, be a leader, be a mentor, be a friend, be a servant, you know.
Yes. Does basketball, I mean, when your team is listening to this podcast, if they listen to this podcast,
Yes.
does basketball carry further into life than just the court? Like, does it help just?
Yeah. I mean, and you know that,
I
you know,
do.
but I know you're asking me, you know, but basketball translates so much to life, to teamwork, to building, finding a common goal and coming together,
Absolutely.
Working through your emotions, learn how to communicate, work as a team. There's so many different, ways that you can relate life to just basketball,
Absolutely.
and what your effort you put out here is what you're going to get in return. And it's the same thing with the life, You want
Right.
to be a CEO, you want to be, well, do what you got to do to get there,
Man.
and push yourself for it, and it's great seeing a lot of kids that I have coached, go on and be real successful, own their own businesses, and it's just, it's because you're like, okay, maybe I did something to spark that. Maybe I didn't, but I'm glad that dude is taking whatever he learned from life in basketball and he's applying it to, doing what he needs to do for himself or his family,
Exactly.
or his business, So I love seeing that, and you want to see, just like you want to see your kids be better than you. You want to see these kids you're coaching be better basketball player than you. You want to see
Absolutely.
these kids that are going to go on to be coaches,
Right,
So,
right.
yeah, man, I'm just trying my best.
What's your favorite basketball movie? You got any favorite basketball movies that?
Favorite basketball movie, man. There's a lot of corny ones. I mean, obviously, I like Coach Carter, but
There
everybody
we
still
go.
goes,
Shout
Hoosiers is cool, but
Hoosiers, come on,
Hoosiers is
man.
cool. Hoosiers is
That's-
cool.
come on,
I
man.
think, for me, it was this Pistol Pete movie back in the day that my dad would play for me. And if you don't know who Pistol Pete is, he was just one of the best ball handlers,
ever.
And
Right.
it's this Pistol Pete movie that really inspired me because I saw how much he loved the game.
Oh
And
man,
I was like, man, I need that. I want
Need-
that.
need that
So
love.
I started sleeping with my basketball. I'd be
Dang.
shooting with it in my bed.
Yep, laying on your
spinning
back.
it on my finger. Because he could spin the ball on his finger for an hour one time. He said. So I was like, man, I'm gonna try to do that stuff. So I tried to
Damn.
switch on my fingers. And,
Right.
it ain't easy spinning the ball on your finger, but man, I love that because I love basketball, man. I wasn't stuck with these damn phones and distractions and video
Nah,
games,
man.
Thank God for video games. I love them now, but
Right.
back then, man, just basic A, B,
Yes.
up, down, left, right.
Man, like we were saying at your house, man.
Yeah.
Like we knew growing up
Yeah.
when our parents was like, "Hey, it's grown folks' time. Go in your room." And we knew whether they arguing or whatever.
Yeah.
Go in your room.
Yeah.
And what I say to you at the crib, T, I said now kids are so involved in social media. They're seeing grown folks' time all the time.
Oh, yeah.
They're seeing that.
Yeah.
The high school, middle schoolers, elementary. They're seeing grown folks. Unfortunately, doing grown folk stuff.
I know,
Whether
man.
it's arguing, X-rated,
Yeah.
drama, like
Yeah.
that's not cool, man.
It's
That's
tough.
not cool.
It's tough, man.
You good T growing up.
Yeah.
Come on, your parents. Hey, go to your room. Get out here. Like you ain't supposed to hear all this.
Yeah.
I know I did.
Yeah.
My dad be like, go, and it's
Yeah.
just like, oh my gosh, so many distractions now.
Yeah,
It kills
for
me,
sure.
man.
For
Kills
sure.
me. But with that in high school, even like we had Blackberries.
Yeah.
I guess the first iPhone came out second.
Yeah, no,
but
I had the sidekick, bro. The one that flips.
that flipped open.
Shit, bro. I can still feel those buttons on my fingers right now, man. That was the best. You could flip that shit open. It was like a screen, and you had your pad.
Oh, you was the man.
I love that.
You was the man,
Yeah,
man.
that was the best.
And then they have like the top 7, top 5. Like you could call people unlimited on those.
Yeah, it's
Something like that. You remember?
Something like that.
Man.
They got it good nowadays.
Yeah, man. Drama though, man.
Yeah.
But with the high school, so with coaching and everything, T, I'll say it for you. I mean, with me, I did my first year at Sheldon High School.
Yeah.
And then I asked my parents to send me to Springfield.
Okay.
I didn't know nobody.
Yeah.
I just went over there. But
Oh, really? Okay.
economically, you see the differences. And for me, like it kills me that there's a school with more money and a school with less money. Like that kills me, man.
Yeah.
What made you want to commit to Springfield compared to anywhere else? Was it because they gave you the job, or is that where you want it?
I mean, yeah, it's where I wanted. I applied for it,
You threw it in.
I wanted it before and didn't get it. And so I just tried not to let that, mess me up, and I just applied again. And, they just gave me an opportunity to do it. And, yeah, man.
Some good kids over there, man. Some good people.
Good kids, good people. But I just, for me, like we were talking about preachers. It's hard for someone to speak into my life if you haven't been through some stuff that I've been through. If you haven't been through the dirt, it's real hard for me to like peep your game, because I need you to speak life into me.
Absolutely.
You know, meet me where I know that I've been before. And to know that I can overcome and come out of something. So for me, there's a lot of high schools where parents are really invested. Parents give a lot of money, you know, probably that first high school you went to.
Yeah, exactly. I'll say it for you.
That's okay. My kid's over in that area, man. So I ain't even gonna be mad, but I'm gonna put them all on blast, because that's real. This is garage talks. This isn't
This safe space. This is what we do.
You know, and I wanted to be in a place where it was like, it ain't gonna be easy. You're not just gonna go to Churchill and have everybody, you know, that you want over here, you know, playing here because everyone wants to go here. I want to I want to work with what I get. You know, I don't want to pick and choosing. I don't need to like go bring this kid over here just because like I'm trying to be that guy as a coach.
Exactly.
I know who I am as a dude. I know who I am as a man. I know who I am as a baller. Bro, I'm balling up all these coaches in town. You know, if it's one-on-one, I'm going to keep it like that, because that's where my mind's at.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Like, in my mind, who could take me?
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
But
for
now
sure.
I got to teach these kids, you know, you got to have that same stuff.
Yes.
You know, and you got just as much as capability as the next kid down the road. Whether he's set up with life or whether you're not set up with life. If you want to go get that, you know, and believe in yourself. And I don't know, I'd rather try to build something than to be given something and try to sustain that. You know what I'm saying?
That part right
I'm trying to
there.
impact a life.
Absolutely.
You know, I want to win. Yeah,
for sure.
I want to, you know, try to get a banner there somehow, some way. But I'm here to win life. I'm here to win kids. I'm here to win souls. I'm here to just inspire. I'm here to be a light. You know? Just because you're a leader and a coach doesn't mean that you just stay in that role. If you're a leader, you got to serve. You know, like that's what you're supposed to do.
Absolutely.
You know, and so serving for me is giving them my time, giving them my info, giving them my knowledge. You know, and I'm sure there's areas where I can be a better coach, but I'm learning that too, just from these kids. You know, and they teach me a lot too. You know, teach me how to be humble, teach me how to maybe connect to kids differently, you know, watch my tone with certain kids, you know, and be more gentle to other kids. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm going to try to, you know, light a fire in them to get them to be the best that they can be, you know, because I believe in them. You know, they're a bunch of go-getters and scrappy guys, but that's always Springfield. When I was at Churchill going against Springfield, damn, these guys are going to be scrappy. I know we can get this win, but these guys are going to dive on the loose balls. They're going to elbow. They're going to block out. They're going to, you know, and that's just what you want. You know, you want these kids to compete, you know, and not just lay down and, you know, die out there.
Exactly. You know? And to see, I love that answer. I just got to dap you up on that.
No doubt.
I love that answer, man. That was, without knowing it, that was me leaving my one high school and going there. I just wanted it, man. I just wanted, put me in there, because to this day, it helps me, that decision. To this day, I'm like, okay, I had to go get it. I had to go get
it's
it,
tough,
man.
Though, sometimes.
Yeah, of course it is.
I went from playing high school ball at Churchill to where I probably lost in 4 years, maybe 5 games in 4 years.
Exactly.
And then, you know, I'm like, okay, well, I still want to play. I didn't get no offers. I probably ain't going to get no offers, and I ain't moving because I had a girlfriend at the time that I thought I, you know, needed to stay around for, you know. And then...
it's a lot of us.
It's a lot, man.
A lot of us did that.
And then I knew going to Bible college to play basketball there, it wasn't going to be it.
Right.
They were never good. Ever.
Man,
but I needed to do it. You know, I needed to do it. I needed to face it. I needed to not win.
Y'all was garbage.
You know, I needed to be humble.
At the Bible
club.
Y'all was garbage, man.
Not me.
Not you, but I'm saying the team.
You know, but
I feel you. I've been there,
great,
right?
But we weren't horrible. You know, I think I averaged maybe like 25 as a freshman.
Oh, okay.
But we were playing, you know, I probably should. We're playing dog shit teams.
Okay.
You know, some of them were good. You know, you play like a normal Bible college and always try to win. And but you know, it was fun. It was good. It's competitive. You know, I got mine. You know,
for sure.
But it's like it's Eugene Bible College. You know, and I played with Julius there. You know, your cousin.
Yes.
You know, shout out to Juju.
Yeah. Shout out to Juju.
You know, and he. You know, it was just good to continue to play for a couple more years just because I love the game. You know, and
For
then after that, I was
sure.
like, man, I got to coach.
Yeah, and you smart for that. It's so hard for us to let the game go. Like me, like I am so grateful and thankful. You start hosting open gyms, especially over the summer. I loved it, T.
Yeah, good.
Loved it. I wasn't hooping for months,
No,
man.
man. Hooping's therapeutic.
It is.
You know,
Oh.
it's a good escape.
It
know?
is.
But yeah, man.
You had me diving on the
Yeah,
ground for the
got
ball.
it.
That's when
Got
I
it.
knew. I was like, oh damn,
Got
I
it.
missed this.
Yeah.
I was on the ground grabbing the ball from the
that's your
shoot.
instincts. That's
Man.
your instinct.
It
That's
is.
good.
It
That's good.
is.
You need to teach those kids that. You know? Yeah, keep doing that. Keep doing
Man,
that.
and what else was cool? This is full circle moment.
Yeah.
I felt like watching this on your story. Your boy helped the team out with gear. Reggie Saunders.
Reggie Saunders, yeah, man.
You want to
did,
explain
bro.
that story there, right there? That was
You know,
a beautiful moment.
Yeah, man. Honestly, that was like the best, you know, because I'm trying to help. I want to help these kids out, you know, and I know we don't have a whole lot of funds, and you know, we need to figure out how to fundraise and do all this stuff, you know, a little bit better so we can bring some more in. But you know, I just reached out to Reggie because Reggie's a client of mine, and he's blessed me with shoes, bro. Shoes. Shoes that don't even come out.
Sky shoe game is crazy.
Shoes that don't even come out for months. You know, shoes that you can't even get. You know, and he'd send me so many just because I tattooed him and I tattooed his son, and you know, I tattooed some of their friends, and he just showed me so much love, and I've always asked him for stuff, and he blesses me, and I felt bad for even reaching out, but I was like, you know what, Reggie's a homie, he's a G. He knows this basketball game is life because he's working at the Jordan brand. Reggie Saunders, you know, he's the marketing entertainment director for the Jordan brand.
That's what's
you know,
up.
He's homies. He's with DJ Khaled, Mark Wahlberg, all these entertainers.
Wow,
you know, because
man.
he's the one that's bringing the shoe design and their design together with the Jordan brand.
Absolutely.
You know, so he's got crazy connections. You know, and he doesn't have to bless me. He doesn't have. He doesn't know any of these kids from anything. You know, but he knows me, and I asked him, you know, just with a good, you know, open heart, like, hey man, could you bless these kids? You know, these varsity kids for the last year. You know, we need some shoes. You know, so he asked me sizes. Send me the sizes. I sent him the sizes. You know, and then he's like, all right, send the address. You know, and the next day Reggie will send that shit. It's not 2 days, 3 days.
The whole team.
The next day Reggie sends it. You know,
Took care of the whole
he don't
team.
Reggie must have assistants that are just right there, you know.
Wow.
And he says, and then the next day, boom, 18 pairs of shoes, you know. And for me, it's like, it's almost things that just want to make you cry, because like that's what you're trying to do for these kids. You know, if I can use any of my connections that God is blessing me with, you know, and bless, you know, Reggie's heart, because you know he didn't have to do that.
He did.
You know, so for God to even just put it on his heart to say yes to me, I mean, that's what life's about. You know?
is.
And
It
yeah,
is.
man. You know, so that was amazing, bro. Amazing.
T, beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Because I tell you, with Springfield, I mean, I know you've been coaching for a year, but the community, like my parents, your parents, like they working. My dad working 12-hour shifts, doing his thing.
For sure.
And the people of Springfield, I mean, we right here doing this podcast.
Yeah, so I
They're
coached JV ball for Springfield about 2-3 years. Coached assistant varsity with Eric for a year, and so I'd been there before. I already got my feet wet. I already I already knew. You know? So for me, it's like there are some kids that don't have parents that can bless them with whatever.
Yes.
You know, there are some kids whose parents don't come and support like they should and they could. You know, maybe they can't. You know, maybe they have to work. You know, you don't know someone's situation, so you can't really sit there and be the judge and jury over everything. But what you can do is you just help. You know, and even if it's a pair of shoes, bro, it's a pair of shoes. You know, some kids don't. Some kids be rocking the same shoes all day long and then coming out on the court, you know, sliding, you know, left to right because they ain't got no. So it's like, that's just how I want to be able to impact and impress these kids. You know, not that I'm trying to gain brownie points or be like I'm the shit. You know, I'm just trying to say, hey, you know, if I can bless you through something I know, that isn't that what we're here for?
Exactly.
You know? There's a lot of people that got it, but then do they give it? Like with the, you know, with the genuine heart, you know, from a good place, you know, are they expecting something in return and, you know, trying to charge interest on that shit? You know what I'm saying?
That part.
You know, I want to be around those people that, you know, want to just, you know, come together and help, you know.
Right.
And Reggie, you know, thank you, Reggie. You're the fucking man. But he's a good dude, man.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's that's where it is. That's what this is all about. We're all in this together, and we can all give back. And your blessing of artistry and tattooing was able to pay dividends. And 20 years later, now you blessing high school teams. Like, that's what it's about. Man. I think we all get so caught up in this world, especially now with these devices. We forget there's underdogs. There's people that just don't got it right now. How do you give back to them? How can you use your talent, your blessings, and push it back?
Isn't that what we're supposed to do, you know?
Yeah, but people forget that, man.
I just think people...
They be stunning online.
I think people just... They want to act like I got it and, you know... And I just want to boast about it, you know. But I mean, you could, I don't know. You could have it all, you know. Like I said, and lose your soul just because you have it all. You know, it's not all about having it. It's, for sure. You know, if God's gonna bless you, hopefully you have the right presence of mind to, you know, use what He's giving you. You know, not in a selfish, egotistical way. You know, I think that's a big thing that I worked on when I was talking to a counselor is ego. You know?
Oh wow, yeah.
And how she kind of showed me that ego is edging good out, edging God out, edging grace out, you know. And I was like, I've never even fucking looked at it like that before. I was like, I know I got an ego, but like, is it getting in the way of God? Is it getting in the way of me being good? And is it getting in the way of me giving myself grace?
Most definitely.
You know, and I would say yeah to all that, you know. So being able to just sit and talk with somebody that, you know, when you're going through shit, you know, like it's helpful, man, because they could drop a gem that you needed that you didn't get from anybody else in your life. So being willing to get help, you know, talk to somebody, and you know, when you're struggling or depressed or, you know, got horrible thoughts, you know, and not wanting to be here, it's like you got to talk about that shit.
Absolutely.
You know, so you can work through that shit and peel back the layers and get to the root of whatever it is that's kicking your bruises, you know?
Man,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I love it. That's nothing but truth right there.
Yeah.
Nothing but truth. That's why you're going to be a great coach. You are a great coach.
I'm trying.
You're doing it, bro. Stop saying I'm trying.
You mad because, man, I can, like I said at the beginning, man, I'm good at raising my voice and saying real slick shit. So, yeah.
I love it. That's what's needed though. Like it really is. You gotta let them know like there's urgency to this. Because if you don't put the urgency, then a lot of people are lackadaisical. Yeah. And it's like, we're gonna lose.
Well, the time's limited too that you have practice. So are you just going to practice or are you going there to build and make something out of it?
Real hoopers know.
Yeah.
Practice is where you get better.
Yeah.
Practice is where you win. The games should come easier because practice is so crazy.
Yeah. Well, like whoever said it, you wasn't with me when I was shooting in the gym. You know, like if you put the time into it, if you really put the time into it, man, like your coach ain't got to be there. You know, my coaches weren't there when I was shooting in the rain. My coaches weren't there doing that shit for me. It's like you got to do that on your own.
Absolutely.
You know, go dribble in the snow. Go do crazy stuff with it. If you love this game, you know, and I think some kids love it, but I don't know if some kids really love it. You know, and so it's like I'm just trying to extract that. You know, try to get it from them
most definitely
as much as I can, and with giving them grace, you know, at the same time, you know, because not everybody's going to be on the same level.
You ever coach a kid where you're like, gosh, I wish I could just like put my mindset in you right now, so you could just use your potential, like, dude.
Every kid. Every kid, man.
That's a good answer.
I just feel like if every kid thought how I thought, man, we kill.
Just
kill.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, I feel like, man, I can never lose. You know?
For sure.
And don't get me wrong, I battle with myself. You know, I battle with the good and the evil. You know, so there's a lot of times where I'm like, oh, you're not good enough. But when it comes to shit that I know I'm good at, stop. You know,
man,
that's just, I got the confidence, you know, and I feel like I got the confidence, got the swagger, and it's like, feed into that shit. You need that for yourself. Your heart's going to get broke from a chick. A chick's going to ghost you. You know, your dad's gonna die someday. Your mom's gonna pass away. Your grandparents are gonna be gone. You know, look at Job. Job had everything stripped away from him, man. You know, if you don't know how to lock in mentally, despite your circumstances, you're gonna be living in hell. You know, and we just gotta switch that thinking of being like, oh man, my life's so bad, woe is me, and just being like, no, I'm blessed.
I'm blessed.
You know, I got lungs.
Yeah.
You know, I got air in it.
Yeah.
You know, I got blood and it's flowing through me. You know, and God's given me, a chance at this thing.
Absolutely.
You know? So
That's, and you know, to the kids, I'm gonna talk to the Springfield kids because I love that school and I love that I went there, man. But something bad happens to you, good. Something don't go your way, good.
Yeah.
You starting with less than the person across town, good. You know why? Because you get hungry. You get hungry and you're going to start starving for it and you're going to want it more, man. Like, good. Let bad stuff happen to you because it should fuel you. It should give you fuel. Life ain't supposed to be perfect, man.
Yeah, and when I was younger, it's like I didn't really think like that, you know. It's like, man, I'm so sad, you know, because life's sad. But then it's like, well, dude, no, God's giving you an alley-oop to get stronger. God's sharpening you. God's molding you. God's shaping you. He's refining you. And He only refines you in what? He doesn't refine you in the winter. He doesn't refine you in the cold. He refines you in the fire.
In the
you know what I'm
fire.
saying?
Melts you.
100%. And so sometimes you really have to really give yourself to that if that's what if that's the outcome you're trying to get. Not everybody's spiritual. Not everybody has somebody that they're praying to, and not everybody has that outlook on life.
But it's a great analogy, man. It's just an analogy. Sure. The point is, hard times make you stronger. Yeah. It's like a video game. When you head it the right way, there's more enemies. There's more resistance.
Yeah,
bosses. There's more bosses. There's final bosses. Yeah. Guess what? There's another final boss. Yeah. Guess what? You thought you beat him. His hell far.
You ain't done.
You ain't done. But you're headed the right way.
Yeah. And I think you got to realize life ain't ever going to just stop throwing shit at you.
Never.
It's a continual thing, and it's just how you're receiving it. And learning from it and changing from it and growing from it.
Right, straight
and I'm
up.
still trying to do that, man. I just turned 40, but I'm still trying to do that, man. So
I thought you was like 35, my bad.
I love that, man.
I did. Real talk. I'm not just. You do. You feel
35.
it?
I feel 25.
I feel that.
I feel 25, dog.
Yes. That's a real thing.
But being single at this time of my life, man, it's just a crazy, weird place, man. Because I thought I'd have things figured out,
man.
I thought I'd have shorty at home,
wifey,
helping
chill,
me out a little bit.
Yes.
I only got kids every other week, but I need Trey picked up from school. I need Remy taking the volleyball.
Man.
I need the dishes done. I've been doing them all by myself, So it's like I know
it gets hard sometimes.
It do, but now I know how to
I feel you,
help out in the ways because I'm used to doing it alone now. I don't need nobody. But if God brings that person that will enhance and make me be a better me, well, I mean, whenever that happens, that happens. But until then, I'm locked in and trying to just be the best version of me.
There you go.
And I'm still working on it, man. I'm a perfectionist in my mind, especially when it comes to art, So if I'm not doing perfect in my life, bro, I'm beating myself up real
We're
good,
our biggest critics, man. It happens. Sure. I mean, I got out of a 6-year relationship last year, and man, it definitely exposed some holes in me where I was like, what am I gonna make tonight? Ooh, what am I?
I'm gonna steal that part.
Yeah, the crib looking a little dirty, Grub up. Ordered the pizza. I'm like, oh, I was hurt, know. And she probably gonna see this, and it's cool. Shout out to her.
Yeah.
She did some things, but moment of pause.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
I relate to that.
We
bro.
were hurt, man. Damn.
Why do guys take hurt way harder than these chicks out here, bro?
Man, just cause.
Women can bounce back real good. They got the goods.
They do.
What I'm saying?
Especially now with social media.
Back,
especially
guys
now.
bounce back in like a mean way,
You're right,
Guys can't bounce back because if they really love you, man, you can't move on. It takes a minute.
Takes a minute. Took
I
me.
mean, I'll be posting there on a beach and they already drinking with their girl, and
You're like, what?
What happened, man?
Yeah.
These dudes be struggling, and that's a real thing. That's why when I'm drawing my drawings, all these characters, man,
it's real.
Guys got struggles.
We get hurt, man.
Guys got struggles, and they don't know how to open up and share their feelings and talk about pain or hurt or heartache. And I think we're doing a better job now in society of pouring into our dudes, because I don't know, we just think men just is supposed to have to figure it out and he'll be good. And it's like, no, I'm hurt. you know,
Heard that.
and I don't know how to express this. I don't know
Well-
how to explain it. You
Well,
know,
T, iron
articulate it.
sharpens iron.
Yeah, I do.
And, you know, with Garage Talks, I always will say it's a safe space. That's something that's being cultivated here and created is just good people coming together. I have to say people. I mean, you know, we're two men right here talking, but ladies, guys, whatever, coming together and sharing and expressing, having fun.
Yeah.
You know, we kick it in this garage, but I always tell people purpose, have that intent, that purpose of, hey, what can we get off each other real quick? You know, sure, we can have a good time and laugh, but what else? What can I learn from you? What can you give me to take home and be like, wow, he helped me through life, or she did.
It's because you're a deep dude, you know, and I think you're a lot like me, and that's why we probably vibe really well, is because we can joke around, have fun, we can go have a drink and kick it, you know, but then it's like there's a part of where life's really real, you know, and let's just keep it that way and speak on that stuff, and having those friends, having those guys that you can talk to and reach out to, you know, it's man, it can be a lifesaver. You know? You know, 'cause
well, like
some of the
you
toughest
did,
dudes look, you know, like they got it all figured out, and really they don't.
They
You
don't.
know, they're still struggling. You know,
man,
So,
straight up. It's real talk, and that's why I like being around you, because like I said, you're a business owner, you're doing your thing, you've been through life, and you know, learning this, talking to you right now, I'm like, cool. That's why I like being around this guy instead of just kick it. Yeah, we gonna chill. That's the easy part.
Easy part, yeah.
But what's the substance?
Yeah, I like substance, man, because I think a lot of people, it's like, yeah, I got tattoos and just whatever, you know, drive my Tesla, and people might think my shit don't stink, but it don't. I'm really humble inside, you know. But and that's why I want people to understand, you know, is that on the surface, I like wearing nice stuff, you know, having a chain on, you know, and feeling good about yourself, like Dion, you know, feeling good, look good, do good things, you know, and I don't know, man, like. I'm just trying to believe in myself too, you know, pat myself on the back and give myself grace and love, because, you know, life hasn't been that easy, you know, and it has been hell the last 10 years, you know, and I, you know, there's been times where it hasn't been easy,
man,
you know? And there's times I haven't even wanted to be here, you know, and so like, that's a tough one too, you know, wrestling with that, but
is it every day you have to choose to just keep going? And then when I say that, running your business, going is every day, does TC have to say, you know what, I got to make the best of it today? Yeah.
And sometimes I just need to chill.
Okay.
You know, sometimes I just need to just rest, you know, relax.
Your mind be running
a lot, you know, and that's just how it goes, man, you know, and struggling with like ups and downs, you know, you gotta learn how to keep it even keel, you know, or else your emotions and, you know, life can get the best of you, you know. But I've worked through a whole lot of mental health stuff and pain, and, you know, at the end of the day, God's just good, man.
All the time.
He gives you insight, you know, in areas of seasons of your life where, you know, it seems like a desert season, you know, but there's some sort of, you know, prosperity in it, you know, or learning process in it.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And, you know, that's the biggest thing. Man, that's why I got love for you. Just coming on here and talking like this and just putting all that out there. Yeah. You know, I'm probably sound like a broken record sometimes, audience, but, you know, we all go through it. Like, I don't ever want someone to feel alone in something. Because I've had times where I'm like, damn, I'm the only one hurt out here. No, we all going through it, man.
And that's why I be reaching out to my dudes, because I know...
For sure.
I've been through some pretty hellish seasons of my life, man, and thank God I've gone through those and overcame them, because if what don't kill you, like you said, it makes you a better person and stronger.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely, man. And going through it, it's just our heartbreak, everything, man. It's like, shoot.
Fuck heartbreak.
Oh, dude, it's tough. Hey, that's probably why I'm scared to get married. Or maybe I just didn't.
Well, I wasn't. I did it twice, man. So you can do it. You can do it. But shit, man. Once you find the right one, keep that one.
For sure.
Man, don't let that one go.
People a little cold out here. We're having an episode on dating soon. I have a whole list from ladies that I asked ladies to give me questions. They gave me some crazy questions, bro. And then the fellas gave me some. I got Andy L going to sit in with me.
Andy L, man. Man, Andy L.
Yeah, he gonna sit. So you're gonna have to watch that one for sure, because it's some interesting questions I got on this laptop, man. But heartbreak is tough, man. It makes you question yourself. It makes you wonder, am I the bad guy? But, you know, I tell people, when you stay in a relationship that ain't good, you become the villain. You either die the hero or become the villain. And it's like, damn, man.
I get that.
So, you know, like I've been in, like I said, 6 years. And there's times where I was like, Dad, you need to just cut this because you're forcing it at this point. You're doing too much. And you're becoming
weight.
Yeah, and now I'm becoming something.
No disrespect to the person.
No disrespect, but we both know like
Yeah.
we're becoming something that, you know, we're resenting each other, and it's like that's not good. You're a great person. I'm cool.
You know, because at the end of the day, it's just finding your best friend. You know,
That
finding
part.
your partner. You know,
Right,
it's
right.
Where you can live your life, they can live their life, but you're living it parallel, and you guys are on the same road together. You know, not one person's in charge. You know, than the other. It's just like a good relation, and it can work, like
It can. Right.
And sometimes it's harder for other people.
Did that mess with your mental as well? Just going through the divorces, did that mess with you a lot, or was it
a lot, man? The divorces were really hard.
They did. I've never experienced it, so that's why I gotta ask.
I messed up real bad in my first marriage, man. I just didn't have my head on straight, young dude.
How old were you?
I think I was 25 when I got
25,
married.
young,
Just turned
bud.
25, maybe. But married to a good person, and I just, you get lost, dude. You're a dude sometimes, and if you're not in control, if you're not, grown enough to, apprehend your thoughts, and your actions, it can take you down a slippery slope, and then from there it's just like a snowball effect of shit. Until it finally gets down to the base of the hill, and then it's just like, holy shit, what have I done? I've hurt a lot of people, and hurting people, that's the worst, man, because when I hurt people, it makes you hurt, you know? And then the second one, that was even harder, and I won't go into too crazy detail what happened there. It's just
you good.
stuff that like even makes it hard to figure out life right now,
Right.
and so I'm still dealing with that, and then met a good person, and then that that didn't work, and then it's like, oh shit,
What's going on?
what am I doing, and I'm obviously fumbling the bag somewhere.
Well, you know that motto, hurt people.
Oh man.
And did you ever feel like at a point, like, because I know
I guess I didn't really hear that one, man, for a hot minute. You know what I'm saying? I knew that probably would happen, but hurt people really do hurt people, man. And like, man, once I realized that, I was like, fuck, I am hurt.
Yeah, like I need to focus on me before I go with someone else.
Somebody I really genuinely loved,
man,
that'll never get back,
man,
because I was just hurt.
He was hurt,
and sometimes you're like, baby, I was just hurt.
I'm hurt. It's me, man. It's me. It's not you. It's me. Yeah. But literally, man.
I'm gonna be crying and shit on this thing. I'm laughing about all this stuff. But yeah,
no, you're good.
Yeah,
you're
man.
good.
I mean, honestly, it's like, and then when you had something good and you lost it because you were hurt. I mean, man, it's like, man, I'm never gonna get that one back. So I just gotta regroup and
focus on you.
Focus on me.
That's what it is. I think, and you said that earlier, like a lot of people try to find their comfort in somebody else when really we got to work on us, man.
Yeah.
And so many, because people look at life as like a grocery list. I got to get married. I got to have kids. I got to do this.
Insurance, I gotta have that.
Yeah, like it's a grocery list, and it's like, look, I get that, but like at the same time, are you good? Are you okay?
Well, yeah.
Did you overcome?
If you're good and a woman you meet's good, they're gonna make you better.
That part.
Like a woman will always make a man better, because a man on his own, he's good, but like he gets more motivation from providing, from having that person next to him.
That.
You know what I mean?
That. Yep,
I
absolutely.
think when that does happen, I'll be more well rehearsed.
For sure. You be ready. Yeah, you locked in.
And if not, man, maybe that's not what God has for me anymore.
Yeah.
And I gotta be open to that too.
For sure. Maybe if you ever move out of Oregon, you find someone else out there too.
There's plenty of people out there.
Man, plenty out there. I know back to the travel thing. I met some people. I'm like, man, like this is kind of cool. Where you from? Oh, you from Atlanta? Okay, bad. What's up? Like it was so eye opening.
It is, man. Yeah, traveling because I travel a lot when I tattoo. You know, I'll drive to the Bay. I'll drive to Vegas. I'll drive to San Diego.
Why you always drive? You can't take your tattoo stuff on the plane?
Okay, first off, I don't like flying. You know,
You get scared?
I don't like flying. But I will if I
falling.
well, shit, bro. I guess it'd be the boat.
The
It'd be both.
possibility of
It'd be
falling. I
both.
get it.
It
I
would be
get
both.
it.
But I also I'll need like a massage table. I'll need like all my gear, and then putting that on a plane, it can be ass. And then also not having a whip when you're down in some of these areas. I ain't Ubering everywhere
For
you know?
sure,
And
that
I don't
adds
want to rent
up.
a car and pay all the money that I just made off.
Right.
You know, so. For me, since I know people down in these places and I can stay down at the homies' houses or in San Diego, I just take my stuff and go, and I kick it for like
Gotcha.
a week, maybe 2. You know,
Make a whole thing of
and,
it,
and
and-
just make a trip, man. And man, it's crazy how many people you just meet and connect with. That's why I was like, bro, come to SD with me. You know, let's just go kick it. You know, let's go
Okay.
to Temecula, go to the wineries. Let's just hang out with some of these people. Yeah, it'd be amazing to just take this down there.
Honestly.
you know, do a show on the road once. You
Bro,
know, but
yeah.
San Diego is just an amazing place if you haven't been there, and there's just, you know, beautiful people, and there's a lot of stuff to do, you know, restaurant. You know, I just love eating out and kicking it with, you know, good people.
Networking,
you know?
meeting
Yeah.
folks. I'll go with you. Since you put the offer, I'll go to SD
Say
with
less.
you. I've never been. I've been to Oakland, LA, but
Man, that's
Man,
Oakland,
Victorville.
LA, man.
I'll go.
Victorville, oh my God, that's so far east LA, bro. Like up in, is that like nowhere? Man, you need to get to SD though, bro. Like,
then I'm
SD
going
is it,
with
bro.
you. I'm going,
It's
man.
it's like
that's
like
where
Mexico and
Joe's
Hawaii.
right around from there, right, Joe? Weren't you? Yeah.
Born in National City,
Okay.
when they actually had a hospital.
Yeah.
And then grew up in Ramona.
Remote, man, love it. Love it. I just love SD. It's not LA. It's kind of like Hawaii's version of America, and you got Mexico right there. So you just, man, you got it all.
Joe's like,
You got it all. See, yeah, see this motherfucker knows. You know, that's how it goes, bro.
got Joe.
You gotta get out.
Man.
Joe's over there.
California.
Yeah.
No, I'll go with you, TC.
Say-
Yeah, I
bring
need
it.
to,
Bring
man.
Daniel too.
Shout out
Daniel,
Daniel,
yeah.
man. So, you know, I was telling you at your house, but we let everybody know I got to have you and Daniel on at the same time.
I love it, man.
So we
Love
turn around probably like the next 2-3 weeks and
Yeah.
just be like, let's do it.
Yeah, D's the man, bro.
Shout
And
out
D's
D,
such
man.
a good dude. You know,
Man.
if you don't know who Daniel is, he's at Urban Barber Instagram. He's the haircut dude. He lines this guy up. You know, he'll line me up.
I need
He's
to
making
go.
everybody look good. You know, and
All
he's
day.
cutting track at athletes and all types of people too, man.
All
so,
day, man. All day.
Yeah.
Shout out Daniel. Yeah, we're going to have to turn around and do that. So, T, I got to say, man, so my dad, he used to hoop at Springfield High, too.
Yeah, I know.
You know Popski.
Yeah. Your boss was a baller.
Hey, I might have to get in the gym with him real quick
Yeah.
because he thinks he can outshoot me still. And I said, hey, bro, I need to have a 3-point contest with him.
It don't really leave once you got it. You know, so,
Man.
hey, if it's just him shooting, he might be able to get that.
Hey, I'm just gonna say it on the pod. Like we was arguing. I said, "Look, pops, I love you, bro, but hey, it's my time now."
Yeah.
So I was saying, man, real quick, we might
Hey,
have to
I'll
go.
get you in whenever. I got the keys. We go right after
Man,
this,
I'm trying to go on the Miller Court real
Yeah,
quick,
let's
sir.
go.
I'm just saying, I'm throwing it out
That Miller
because
Pavilion, man.
Joe, get the camera ready because we doing
Shoot
this
it, 'cause he gonna come at you like Jordan did with his call out.
for real.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
going,
Don't you ever call me
and
out.
we're gonna have Tevin take score. Tevin
Yeah,
go
we'll
hold
get the ball
score.
rack out there, set it right
Yeah,
next
yeah,
to the
the rack.
3-point line, man. You know, let you and your pops go at it.
Man, thank you, T, because I was telling him, I was like, I don't know, bruh.
Yeah, man, your dad was a baller. Everyone back then was a baller. Doug Paquette was a baller. Did your dad ball with Doug Paquette?
Yes.
Might have been younger.
Yeah,
a little
he
younger.
did. Okay.
He's 1 year older.
1 year older.
Okay. So
Okay,
yeah.
So they won state.
Yeah.
They won state together.
No.
Keith's team lost, by the way.
Oh.
With,
Aaron Cook.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good
so
people,
1 year
man.
older.
Yeah.
Good
Shout out
people,
Aaron Cook, man. Aaron Cook, man.
Aaron Cook, he's a good dude, bro. Like, you know, and growing up playing against him at Churchill, you know, we had Jordan Kent on the team, so we thought we were the shit.
Oh
you know?
yeah, JK.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah. And when I was swinging, we went to the LSI championship and played Carmelo in the championship. So that was
shoot.
wild. You
Dang,
know? But
did
thanks
y'all
to
win
Jordan
that
Kent,
game?
If it wasn't for Jordan Kent, we probably wouldn't have been there.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? So
Dang, y'all played Oak Hill?
yeah, I mean, I was swinging.
Oh,
you know?
okay.
So I got on the court for a moment, you know. But,
Yeah.
yeah, just being able to just see that, you know,
Man,
and to
right.
understand what it takes as a team to get there, because Churchill mostly white kids from there,
Right.
you know, and we're over there playing. We made it through the LSI tournament,
Man,
you know,
that's
when there was
wild.
Jesuit, Jefferson, Benson, like all these, you know.
Sheesh.
And for us to make it to the championship and play Oak Hill, I mean, that was the craziest thing ever.
I bet that
You
was
know?
just eye-opening.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Melo's out there and all them.
Yeah.
Man.
So what I was getting at is like playing over at Churchill and playing against guys like Doug Paquette. You know,
Right.
he's coaching. You just seeing this guy fiery on the sideline. You're like, this guy is crazy.
Oh,
you know, but
shoot,
he's
yeah.
a great coach, an even better dude. You know, and same with Cook. You know, like
Man.
so having you know some history. You know, at Springfield. You know, it's good, but we need some new history. You know,
For
what I'm saying?
sure.
That's what I'm trying to cultivate. You know,
For
Easier said
sure.
than done, man.
It
You know?
just, and I'll say it, like with Springfield High, like I don't want them to stay stuck in the past and be cookie cutter. Like it's just a new time. Just bring it forward and
Yeah.
create history, create
Yeah.
more memories.
Yeah.
Don't just be stuck
Yeah.
in the 80s, in the 70s. You're supposed to
Yeah.
keep doing
Yeah.
better. Like
Yeah.
you said the perfect
evolving.
Yeah. You said the perfect analogy. Hey, just like you being a father, you want your kids to do better than you.
Yeah.
That's what the program should want.
sure.
You know, so
Yeah,
they
we're
got
building.
they
Yeah, we're
got
building. We'll get
TC.
there. We'll
They
get
doing the
there.
right track,
We'll get
man.
there. I
Straight
appreciate-
up. I'll
appreciate
say
you saying
it.
that.
You a
I
great
appreciate
coach.
you saying
I'ma
that
say
because There's a
it.
lot of kids I've coached, and a lot of people I know. And they're like, "Man, you'd be great. You do so good." And even my players are like, "Man, you were the best coach." And it's like, man, tell it to these older people,
Man,
You know,
I'll-
let them know. Like proof's in
Man.
the pudding.
Yeah, I got you,
don't-
bro.
Like I said, I don't like lip service. Proof's always going to be in the pudding.
Absolutely.
You want a tattoo? If you think I'm good, go look at that stuff. I'm not going to sit here and say get tattooed by me. Just
Right.
proof's in the pudding, man.
Thank you.
know?
And I'll say it for you. I mean, for real, Springfield High need to just realize that and understand. We don't need the cookie cutter stuff. We need to go forward.
Yeah.
That's it, period.
Yeah.
You know, we're holding on to this when it needs to let go and move
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah, man.
Because it'll hold kids back too, honestly. You know what I don't like also with high school basketball around here? They don't have a shot clock.
They did. The last year was first year.
There was a shot clock last year?
Just started, man.
So it's staying?
Staying.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I was about
just
to go
happened.
off on that.
Yeah.
I'll just check that off now. That was
it's there. It's there.
how many? How long?
I think it's 35.
Okay, good.
Maybe it's 25. You know, and I should know this, but that's irrelevant. You gotta just play ball.
Next month
We
is
ain't
in a
holding the
week,
ball,
so
we're
you
just doing what they used to,
Bro.
trying to go. You know, but yeah, we're just working with the pieces we have, and you know, hopefully this year will be good. You know, the kids are locked in, and yeah, man.
got tryouts coming up and everything.
Coming up, yeah.
I'm so glad they got a shot clock, bro. I couldn't stand when coaches be like, run the play for like 3 minutes, man. That was oh my gosh. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Some of the championships games ended like 10-6 or something.
Oh, yeah. Like when Mercedes Russell used to play and stuff. And
Yeah,
it's crazy.
If you're trying to win though, sometimes it's like, how am I going to do this?
Yeah, how
You
am I
know?
gonna stop
How am
this
I gonna-
person?
If I gotta cheat the system a little bit to get the dub, and
I mean, it's the
gotta
rule.
figure it out.
It was the
you
rule,
know?
yeah.
So
Dang, they got a
power
shot
to those
clock.
People, you know,
They-
they got the dubs. You know.
Yeah.
But,
I just felt like too with the no shot clock, I felt like it set up like Oregon kids almost for failure. Because like if they were blessed to go to college and play, now they have to adapt to that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I know we got Kevin Love, Kyle Singler, but I was like, bro, you
yeah,
have
but
these people.
the states like Washington, like they be producing ridiculous athletes. You know, so it's like. You know, you'd like Oregon to evolve too, but Oregon's getting there. You know,
right.
Oregon's had some good high school basketball players come out here the last few years, and
They get
you
in
know,
there.
guys that I've tattooed, they be doing their thing. You know,
sure.
Kyle Welcher, I forget his last name, but he played at Gonzaga. He's overseas. You know, a kid that just played up in Portland. He was trying out for the Lakers, and I don't know if he made the team, but yeah, a lot of these people, man, that you know.
Get in
Oregon
there.
needs to be put on the map a little bit better, but
For sure, man.
yeah.
What where's your favorite place to travel to, man? Where's like do you
Yeah.
leave the country at all?
Man, no, I don't. Man, I don't like flying. Remember?
Oh, yeah, that's
but I
right.
did go to Columbia. You know, so if I did go out of the country, and I just went to the craziest place ever. You know, so Columbia is crazy.
Yeah, club. Man,
but I
bet.
be traveling where I like to travel. I like going to San Diego, man. I ain't even gonna lie,
Bro,
You know, San
how we gonna
Diego's
get
it.
there? Because I ain't trying to drive,
Yeah,
man.
we can fly.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I don't
All
gotta
right,
bring my
thanks, man.
tattoo stuff. I'll go with you.
All right, thanks,
You know,
man.
it's only a couple hours.
We just have a couple drinks, and you know you could
I'm
you
gonna
just
have to
chill
take
out
an
for
anxiety
it.
pill and a drink maybe more than one. But yeah, man. I love San Diego. I like the people. I like the place. I like the the beach, different
sure.
places to eat. It's just good down there, man.
Man.
People connect.
For
like
sure.
we were saying, sometimes Eugene just has that.
That's
Crabs in a bucket mentality, and I need to
Right.
get out. I need to get out to a new place to be inspired to see, different things, that God wants me to see. And that's really why I'm going.
does that help with your art?
I think it helps with me learning how to love myself, is putting myself out there in places where I am alone, and God is the only one that I have to lean on, I think sometimes people are like, oh, you just got amazing. It's like, no, dude, I'm trying to find myself.
That's
I'm really
big,
trying
man.
to
That's
you
big.
know, I know what I'm doing. I know that I'm tattooing. I know that I'm coaching. I'm Gucci. But I'm also trying to find who I am and who God wants me to be.
For sure. For sure.
And I'm not going to find it just sitting here. I need to find it figuring me out, and putting myself in uncomfortable situations or places where I'm alone and I can only rely on me, and depend on me. And I think it'll pay off down the road. But right now it's just really helping me build me back up.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I agree. I'm with you on that, man. It's you gotta you can't be afraid to mess up. I mean, hey, I'll tell you, the intro. I messed up the intro 2 times before we shot this real quick.
I jinxed you though. I jinxed you.
But no, it's real talk.
Yeah.
And this summer I took a flight for the first time by myself.
Saw that. Saw that post.
And bro, that was a trip.
Right?
I just never did it. I did
Amazing.
it with people. People would book the tickets for me and go.
Yeah.
Cool, but man, to go by myself and do things.
Crazy, huh?
Then I turned around and did it
What'd you
again.
think?
Loved it, man.
Loved it.
Loved it.
Yeah, I went to Hawaii after my second divorce, man, just by myself, and it was probably the greatest trip
Right.
I've ever just had.
Did really?
Yeah, greatest, and it was good, man. It built me up, and
Met some cool people.
met some cool people. Went
sure.
to a concert, and just got a chance to just be on the beach and reading, and tapping in with me.
For sure.
And that was
For
the first
sure.
time I really ever did that.
Yeah.
But it helps, man.
It
helps.
does. You stay up late, huh?
Man, my brain never stops,
Man,
bro. I
mama,
stay up late
yeah.
and I wake up early.
Yeah.
And
That's me
just
and my
how
mom,
it is,
man.
man.
Me
Yeah,
and my
it
mom.
is. I think
Yeah.
that's how me and my mom are too, man. But I don't think I have ADHD.
Man.
But if I was to diagnose me, I would give myself ADHD.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? Because my brain don't shut down. My brain's racing all the time. I stay focused at certain things for a long time real well, like tattooing.
Right.
Other things miss me after about an hour and a half, because I'm done.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
But I have patience in the area God gave me patience in, but I also know myself and try to wear my heart on my sleeve and be real with who I am, because I know my downfalls, better than anybody, and I'll
For sure.
acknowledge those before anybody too,
Absolutely.
I'm not trying to hide.
I feel you. That's then back to the team thing. Get a team, man. If
Yeah.
Kevin was here, I got a team because they know me. I do the same as you, and they grab Des. Hang on, we got to get this done.
Oh,
And
no, dude. My scheduler, I had a scheduler, and God bless her heart. She's helped me so much, and she helped me with this online scheduling. And she's like, I know you. She's like, I need to come to your work because you're not responding to me, and you're not. I was like, God damn it. It's like, all right, but she's right. Sometimes I do this to myself, and I need those people around me to stop being enablers.
Wow.
Stop being an
That's
enabler
huge.
for me.
That's huge.
Stop just being the yes guy. Be like the dude. Like, you sure, bro? Because I love you, man. But just make sure you're praying and doing this and checking yourself.
Right.
I've never really had those people in my life, even on my own family, hold me accountable for shit. Just let shit slide. It's like, why? You're soft. You don't like confrontation.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta make confrontation in order to fix some shit, man.
Thank you.
You
Man,
have
hear
to.
this
It never
guy?
just
This
comes
is
that
it.
easy, man.
Yes.
And I think when people get mad that you're coming out, and it's just like, well, because you realize that some of this is truthful, and it's hard for you to eat. But,
Absolutely.
I just try to keep it a buck with people because that's how it should be.
And you so
it helps
right.
me out too.
It does.
I want a coach that's gonna push me, not a coach that's gonna be soft with me.
Yeah.
Be soft with me, sorry, bro. I don't respect you at all. Tell me I need to do this, and if I don't do it, put my ass on the line for a set of
Thank
five,
you.
because I gotta learn.
Exactly.
And
it builds discipline and character, man.
Yeah.
So true. It's I feel you. It is. And it comes with being the man thing. Like we think we can do it all and everything. That's cool. But yet again, many hands make light work, man. And me being blessed with a team that I tell them, I remind them probably 10 times a month.
Yeah.
Hey, nudge me. Let me know.
Because they're helping you with your dream.
They helping me with
and
mine.
if it gets somewhere, I know you're not going to be the type of dude that's like, it's all me.
No,
you're the type of dude
exactly.
that's going to say, hey, these are the people that made me get to where I was trying to go.
And that's basketball, though. Basketball helped me do that. I had to tap back into, I didn't play collegiate ball. I tapped back to high school basketball. It takes a team to win the game.
Yeah.
It takes 5 people. Well, guess what? I got a 5-man team.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
Yeah.
They get it. They get it. Yeah. Joe, I'd be trying to do stuff on the set. Joe be like, bro, back up. Like, I do the set. You don't touch the set. You can suggest things. Yeah. But when I try to touch stuff, he's like, bro, back up. Like,
No, I get it.
Kevin talking with marketing people and stuff. He's like, bro, don't talk to him. Like, I do this. Like, like you said, like just sit in the chair and do you, bro.
But sometimes you're like, damn, like these people really got me like that?
Man, right?
Like, I've always had to just do it on my own.
Same.
So
same. I remember that.
When my schedule would help me with stuff, it's like, are you sure? Like, you sure you got me? Like, I don't need to like do anything. It's like,
yes.
Never ask for anything in return, man. And that's like sometimes those people, are the best because they just want to see you succeed.
They do. And I love that you said the enablers though, because God bless people that's in my life, been in my life. But hey, just understand like you don't have to always say yes to me. Like just tell me what it is. And I've seen people hesitate and be like, boom. Yeah, I'm trying to grow. Yeah, but I've seen it.
Yeah, I get it. Like I love my dad, but my dad has a real hard time of just like speaking life into me. I don't know why. Maybe I don't relate to him in a number of levels, but I do in a whole lot. But it's like, bro, tell me what's good. Reach out to me, make it hard. Make life hard, and help me learn because I ain't gonna learn through shit being easy. Man, and I because I think everything's always been hard for me. It's like give me something hard because that's the only way I know how to operate at this point.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My dad knows I'm an observer. So my dad works so damn hard and like he knows I don't ignore that. Like I see it and I feel it, I know it, and I'm like, bruh, so I gotta go just as hard. Yeah. And so my dad, he's more with actions. If he cares, he'll show up. Yeah. If you want to get a message across, he'll show me. Yeah. He'll tell me sometimes if he's pissed. But it's crazy, man. But the enabler thing, I think that's huge. Just you gotta check your circle. Who's for the cause and who's not, man. It's so true, bro.
You gotta check your spirit, bro.
Yeah. And now look, we linked up. We've known each other forever, man. But now look, like we're like, okay, now we get to kick it.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, I was like, man, I don't even know what the fuck I'm gonna bring to this podcast, but
bro, look, you're on 2 hours.
Yeah, no, I know. Sometimes it's just talking about life. It
is,
and whether the cameras were on right here or not, like this would still be what it is.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So this is just kind of cool that people can tap in and peep your interactions with different individuals that you have on here. So I'm cool to be a part of this, bro.
Oh, you can chill. We can sit here and pause for a second. It don't matter. it ain't no script world. We just talk. This is what we do, And the goal is just to speak life, man. And talk about our problems. Like I tell people, it's a beautiful thing, and to see this start flourishing, I love it, man.
Yeah, no, I love it for you, bro, because I'm seeing it.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
It's tough to take up the next episode after Terrell Brandon because I ain't get to know league. I ain't ball like with Kevin Garnett or any of them dudes, but like that was really rad to see. So I am blessed that for you that you had someone like that on here. Especially somebody that played at your role.
Where you're sitting.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, no, it's cool for you, bro. Because hopefully that inspires you. To just keep doing it and keep paving the way.
It's us, man. Even you. We all go in this together. Because if I win, I want everybody to win. I really do. It's us. It's TC. It's Joe. It's my mom. All of us in here. You just added to the cause, to the movement. Yeah. You added to the universe. You made a ripple in the universe. That's that message right there. Make a ripple in the universe. Like you added, man, and I thank you for that. I mean, honestly, bro. Yeah. I mean, I got a few more questions for you, but I am thanking you.
Thank you, man.
And we're gonna have you back with Daniel, so it's all good.
I'll be here. I'll sit right here. So Daniel can have the mic.
We got another mic right there. We good. Yeah. Y'all hurt. Y'all got both, man. But yeah, it's cool. Having TB on here was amazing, a blessing. I know. I was like, dang, he's talking about KG and Jordan. Cool. Like this is crazy, man.
Dope for you.
We're doing it. Yeah. So T, fun questions for you.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Air Jordan?
These ones, threes.
Threes all day?
Whatever color, man. Whatever color.
He said the threes. I went with the
Dodger blue because the
four
Dodgers are playing right
piece.
now. I don't even know what the score is. Hopefully they won. They're up 4-1.
You're a real one.
But yeah, it's the threes, man. I like the
Threes.
fours too. I don't like the flaps that come up. I just like the easy slip on
Kick
sweats. I'm good.
Right.
Yeah. So the threes.
I got mostly ones, but they're not comfy.
I got mostly 11s.
Do you?
Yeah, I just like the 11
got-
style.
Right.
But I think the feel is best on the 3.
On the 3, yeah. I mean, ones, I like the style,
Yeah.
but they do not feel good, bro.
Right.
After about 2 hours,
Flat.
I'm hurt.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
I feel that.
Damn, but I love wearing them. But, hey, what's your favorite tattoo that you have on yourself?
Oh shit, man, that's a crazy one. Because I'm full, bro.
Yeah, you're sleeved, all body, everything, huh?
Okay, so yeah, okay, no, the one I know that always is
What
gonna
stands
mean the
out to
most.
you?
Okay, so my aunt was born deaf and blind.
Wow.
Born deaf and blind, yeah, and this was the daughter of my grandparents who were pastors of this church for over 25 years, and to watch them raise a blind and deaf woman up until they passed was the craziest, most like, I don't know, like amazing thing that you could see, like between parents' love for their daughter that has no fucking idea what's going on, you know? So I have a picture of her in the inside of my arm with me, but she's holding my face. And the only way that she knows how to figure anything out is by touch and smell and maybe feel the vibrations. So, sorry, I'm closing my eyes because I'm trying to understand what it was like for her.
Good.
But like,
Good.
that's my most meaningful tattoo because she meant so much to me, you know, and it was so hard to watch, you know, and see, and even have friends come over to see her. It's almost like you, as a young kid, you're like, oh my gosh, look at this monster of a person. But it's just like, no, it's as you get older, you're like, damn, you know, look at the lack of motor skills that God gave this individual, and somehow her life just impacted me in a fucking huge way, man. You know.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and yeah, that one was a tough one.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that was a tough.
That's
one.
really
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, she died after my grandparents died, and she died during COVID. So like, no one was even supposed to see her.
Man.
You know? And then my aunt, she said, hey, she's about to pass, but they're saying you can come by and say hi to her.
Okay.
You know, and so I got a chance to go hug her, kiss her, you know, and just tell her I loved her. And literally within like 10 minutes, my aunt called me and said she passed away. So that was crazy for me because she just means so much to me.
Yeah.
You know, and you see this person that just doesn't have what they should have. And then it makes me look at people that got these issues in their lives. Like, you ain't got no fucking issue.
Man.
You know?
Man.
Like, you really don't know what it's like, you know,
Absolutely.
to not have it all figured out.
Right.
You know? And to see like my grandparents run a church that never got more than 40, 50 people in it over 25 years. And to see my grandpa hold down a job, you know, and to have them being a parent to this daughter, you know, it was amazing to watch, you know, and just to see the humility, you know, in those people up until the day they died. Like, it's tough living life without those people around, you know, but they also shape how you should live your life. You
Absolutely.
know, and care about the people around you, you know.
And she was your cousin?
She's my aunt.
Your aunt, yeah.
Yeah.
And she loved you. I mean, after you said bye to her,
yeah.
it seemed like she just knew, hey,
Yeah.
I'm good now.
Yeah, it was a tough one.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Empathy is a superpower, man. I'm glad you have that. It's a superpower. Be able to put yourself in other people's shoes. It's a superpower.
Have to. Yeah, there was a movie back in the day, and your mom probably knows what this shit is, but I don't know if like Arnold Schwarzenegger was in it. I know Wilt Chamberlain, maybe it was somebody else. But this dude had like he could tap into this hawk, and this hawk would see everything for him.
Oh,
and
wow.
like in my mind, I'm like, I just need to be able to try to see life from, you know, your angle or life from his angle.
Right.
You know, as an artist, you can sit here and draw something, but what I see is going to be different right here than right here. You know,
that part.
So this angle is going to be different than this angle.
Yep.
So it's a hell of a thing to
Yeah,
have
definitely.
perspective.
It
know,
is.
because I might think I'm right, think this person's wrong. This person thinks they're right and think I'm wrong, but we're looking at the same damn thing.
That part.
So it's like, it's having perspective, man.
It's huge.
Yeah.
You ever seen, speaking of that, that movie, Ben Affleck, The Accountant? He was like an assassin.
I don't know. I like Ben Affleck's cool, but I maybe.
The Accountant came out probably like 7 years ago.
Okay.
Watch it if you have. I'll send it to you when we're
Yeah.
done. Pretty much, he's an assassin, and he has this person on the phone. She's super smart, and he has flashbacks because he has mental disorders, certain things. Like he's functioning, but certain things he just can't do. Yeah. Long story short, when he's doing his missions, he always got the person, just like the spy movies, in his ear. Hey, you need to do this. This person's coming. Long story short, when he has his flashbacks when he was a kid, he was in a home for mentally disabled people. And there was this one little girl, I'm going to kind of spoil it for you, but there's this one little girl who didn't have many motor skills. She was always freaking out, all this stuff. Long story short, go to the movie at the end, you find out that little girl's on the supercomputer and she's talking to him the whole time. And that's who was guiding him. Gives me chills every time, bro.
Peep that out.
I'm like, damn it, man.
Yeah.
That one got me. That one made me tear up. I ain't even gonna lie, because he was a badass too.
Yeah, I like you're emotional, dude. So am I. You know, I probably look like I'm hard as a motherfucker, but really I'm soft. You know.
Man,
I'm soft. I mean, I can be an ass too, and I can definitely like not think about stuff, you know, and just do it. But you know, I like that you do have that soft side, because I tap into that too, man. Like,
thank you.
If I'm crying, you know, and I ain't gonna, you know, try to fake the front like I'm trying to wipe my tears away. I'm just keep it 100. Like I said.
Right.
But that's why I respect that about you, man. Just because I know that you wear your heart on your sleeve too. And
thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. It took me a while to realize that my emotion is my feel. Like it's fuel to me. I think that's why I love like Kevin Garnett. I love Ray Lewis. Like every time I would watch those guys play,
expressive.
And I'm like, I like that. I like doing that.
Yeah, me too.
You know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn.
I'd be yelling in your face too.
Yeah, yelling. You know, I tear up, whatever. But it just means I care. I love it.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people mix my anger with, you know, for me, I don't look at it as mostly anger. I look at it as passion.
There you go,
I got passion, bro.
Yeah.
You know, so I am gonna care.
Thank you.
If I'm angry, fucking listen to me, because I'm speaking some truth to you.
Yeah.
You know, and if you may not like my words or the way I'm coming at you, well, I don't know. I can't help that.
Yep.
I am who I am.
You
know,
are.
It's like Tyrone. Like me and Tyrone are a lot alike.
Shout out Tyrone.
You know, he's expressive too.
Yes.
I love that shit. You know, that's why I'm friends with those types of people, because I connect with them.
For real. Sure, you get mad, I'm gonna give you a pen and paper and have you sketch it out. Then I'm gonna be like, okay, I got you, dude. Oh,
so you need to give my next girlfriend, bro. If I ever get one again, I just say, hey, give this to him. You know,
just give him the iPad and the pen.
I like that.
Nah, for real though, man. Now that we be chilling like this, I got you, bro. But it's expression is huge, man. Got to. I feel like yet again, cookie cutter. A lot of people want to be perfect and act like they're all bro. Just
be together.
Yeah,
it's usually people that don't got their shit together that look like they got their shit together.
For real.
You know, the people you think don't got their shit together, they might be living way better than you think that they are.
Thank
you. Know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Me working at the credit union, I saw that a lot.
Yeah.
Someone come in, you know, parents might not be all that.
Yeah, I went down to Ventura this summer. My cousin, you know, he lived down there, and there's someone living in his van. And he's like, sometimes I wonder if that guy has it more figured out than we do. I was like, man,
that maybe. You never know.
It's perspective, man. You know, so
you don't know till you know, man. Yeah. That's the motto. You don't know till you know.
Yeah.
That's what I say. So it's true, man. It's true. I'm going back to another question. What's like one of the craziest tattoo requests you've ever had? Can we speak on that?
Yeah, we can. I mean, that's funny. So many of my clients ask me, what's the wildest thing you ever done?
That's how they say it.
I've seen some wild things, and a lot of wild things has happened over 19 years, man. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you this: I tattoo probably like 90% males.
Okay.
So it's always like OG when it's with the homies and stuff. But there's never ever been anything crazy, nothing weird, even with the females. It's always pretty PG and
That's
chill.
good.
You know, no one's asked me to do some hatred stuff. I think most people understand that, like, I do a lot of biblical stuff. I do a lot of Bible verses. I do a lot of, like, religious scenes, you know, and that's always been something that I've always just drawn naturally. So when someone asks me to do that, I'm like, say less. I love doing that shit.
For sure.
You know, but there's been some weird things before that other artists, you know, I've been asked to do, and I won't say what that is, but there's been some weird ones.
There'll be some weird tattoos.
There's just some weird situations that happen. People passing out. You know,
right.
Whether it's someone that like was super hungover, or, you know, just on something that just made the situation wild. You know,
right.
There's always fun stories. You know, but no crazy tattoo that I would just say, hey, no, there's no way.
Like, yeah, for sure. They get it.
They know who I am. Yeah.
They know what's up. That's good, man. That's how it be here, man. Like, you know, just come in with good energy and just like, you know what's up.
Yeah.
You know, garage talks.
Not everybody likes me as a tattoo artist, the way how I probably do business, you know, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know? So
you doing something right. You gotta have haters. I mean, you doing something
it's
right.
hard to price out how you're doing tattoos. So some people think that this is this and it should be that. It's like, you're not the one tattooing it. You don't know how much time and dedication and mental focus it takes to accomplish something that you're wanting done.
Absolutely.
You know, like $700 sounds good, but really this is double that, dog. Ooh. You know, and they don't understand it because it's just a perspective thing too, man, you know. And
right.
It's like, if I know that I'm going to get something done right by you know, an expensive doctor, okay, well, I'm going to save my money up to get it done by homeboy rather than dude down the street that just got his license and he'll do it for half off.
That part.
That don't even make no sense to me.
That
you
part,
know? This
man.
is my life. This is my body. You know,
right.
Whatever I have on it, I'm gonna pour, you know, my money or invest into it what
man.
I need to get the best. You know, some people don't care. You know, and it is what it is. But if you're gonna go and get tattooed by me, like, I'm gonna give you good stuff, but respect my time and know that I'm, you know, I've been doing this for 19 years. And there should be something that, like, you know, you're seeing in that's making you come to me.
Exactly.
So you don't get a barter.
Yeah.
You know?
You
unless you're the homie. Like, if it's you, if it's somebody like a Tyrell, like, well, I'll help you.
Right, a little help there.
Don't act like you're getting to get the help and you don't even kick it with me.
Yeah,
you know
exactly. Just
like, I hate that.
Well, man, that's, you know, that's human instinct. People, you know, they think they could get it on the low skis, and it's like, come on, man. Human instinct. Someone told me that in the gym. They're like, Des, when you're good at it, you got to charge. And secondly, you got to remember, it's just human instinct. This dude in the gym said it's human instinct. They're going to want it for the low skis or free. And if you don't put nothing out there, so I feel
everybody
you.
wants a deal, you know, and since you can do something fast, well, then why are you charging so much? You know, it's like, dude, well, I really got to break down all the ins and outs and nuances of this stuff for you to get to see why I price what I price. You know, and everyone's like, oh, man, you're so busy, you're so booked up. Well, maybe, but
means I'm good. I'm good, bro.
Yeah. So.
Man, I'll tell you this, in the world, I say it, and I've said it before on another episode, but you be the only person to tap me, man.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it's
be
cool
you.
to have the privilege and opportunity to tattoo some of these athletes, and you see them in NFL games, or you see them in an NBA game, or in the Olympics. You're like, I tattooed them.
That's my work right there.
That's dope.
Yeah,
So,
you gonna do mine. And remember, I told you, my left leg. That's all I'm doing.
got you, bro.
Nowhere else. Left leg, mate. Just sleeve it.
Hell yeah.
If I get one, I hear if you get one, then you just can't stop. You just want to keep going.
It's a wrap.
Damn. That's it. Well, T, we hitting that 220 mark.
Man, that's amazing.
Awesome.
Thank you, bro.
Any last words? Anything you want to cover before I let us?
No, man. Follow me on Twitch, Instagram, YouTube. I'm doing the new drawing thing. Inked Up Tattoo.
Yes.
INKDUPTAT.
Yes, please.
Check that out. I'm trying to build, but
and you got a website.
Yeah, I got a website to book online. That's also inkeduptattoo.com. So it's all Inked Up Tattoo. Check the stuff out. Much love and appreciation for
always
letting me be on here, bro.
Always. And I'll see you in a couple weeks because we're going to have you back on with Daniel. So
yeah, I'll see you probably at the barbershop getting lined up here in the next couple of days.
That part too. Yeah, I'm going this week. I need to get my little cleanup. Daniel.
You do.
Yes, I do. Thanks. I know. Thank you.
I'm keeping
But yeah, it's all good. But yeah, no, TC, thank you for coming this safe
you,
place and doing this, man.
Yeah,
appreciate you.
Yeah,
Much love, mate.
For sure.
Yes, you already know. And world, that's it. Another great episode of Garage Talks. 5417 podcast. Jump in, man. #1 tattoo artist out here. I'm going to say in Oregon, man. This the guy, bro. I just got to hype him. I'm telling you, he the realest dealest, man. So y'all have a blessed evening. Halloween coming up. Wear your best costumes. Bless up, y'all. We out. Good work, brother.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah, come on.
Sorry, I
bro.
didn't know that was a long time, bro.
See there? I told you. It's
22,
something
20.
special in here, man.
Yeah, man.
It just happens. You can take pictures and stuff too if you
No,
want.
it's just the
Feel free.
Dodgers won game 2.
Oh, see, and that.
Yeah, we good, man.
Look.
Shit, now I can celebrate.
You know what's funny? I'm a Padres fan.
Yeah, so look, I got LA and San Diego on my fingers, dog. Because I love San Diego so much, man. So when they were playing against each other, I walked into the sidebar and I had that Padres shorts on. And so it's like, Padres? And I was like,